is going to be. He gets away from one tackle. Lefty's still running. Cuts back up. Lefty's still on his feet. Lefty's still on his feet. He's down the sideline. He's headed for pay there. Touchdown, Dragons! And welcome to Sequatchie County High Schools. We're set for football action tonight. It's York and Sequatchie County in a huge Region 3-3A matchup. Joining me as always, Gary. Gary, tonight this is one York could really use.
It is one they could really use, Gary, and it's going to be familiar to them. Sequatchie the same offensive sets and the same offense that York does. So, it's going to be a lot of familiar things, and both offensively, it's going to be which team can execute best.
Well, we'll take a look at how these two teams have done against each other over the past few years, including last year. We'll take a look at the records as far as their district and region and overall records go. We'll take a look at the implications from this one. We'll have all that coming up right here on the Progressive pregame show, and we'll get that started right after this.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Ball game, hear a concert, retire. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
York come up short against Sequatchie County, 30-27, and York is 3-4 versus Sequatchie County. Lost 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, last year's game's probably one, you look back on York's season, it's one they wish they had back out of all of them. Very winnable game. York was in control the whole way till the very end, and a couple of miscues at the end and a couple of well-executed plays by Sequatchie County, and they were able to walk away with the victory, Gary.
And Gary, one thing about this game here tonight, it's got some big playoff implications. Winner of this one pretty much assures themselves a playoff berth.
Yeah, they do, and this one, the winner of this one, you can say you probably, you feel like you're going to finish at least third in the region. York will still have a region game with Cannon County at the end of the year, but you win tonight, you think you finish at least third. No worse than that. So, it is a big game, and whoever wins gets a little upper hand in the rest of the region schedule.
Well, that's some good news for York this week. They did get Dalton Barger back, so Barger is back, but, Gary, they're still playing very short-handed.
They are, got beat up a little bit in that Upperman game a couple weeks ago, and, it's some pretty serious injuries, and those kids won't be playing tonight, and, I was kind of hoping to have Thomas Miller back. He won't be back tonight either.
And he is out. You've got Stover, who broke his collarbone the last game. You've got Aaron Talent, who's out, that knee. You've got also, Castellon out with that spleen injury. And Gary, and then on top of that, they lose Ricky Clark because of getting into an altercation being thrown in the last ball game.
Yeah, you're going to have to sit out here tonight, and that's a big blow. Ricky's a freshman, but he's the biggest defensive lineman, that York has, and, you need some of those kids up front that are stoppers that can, take on this wing B that Sequatchie County will throw at you tonight.
And there were some big games last week. There's some big games this week. We'll take a look at that on the scoreboard right after this.
It's football time on the mountain. At Progressive Savings Bank, we know running your small business is a lot like a team. You call the play to drive your business toward success. And after all, you provide the products, the services, and jobs that keep our local economy moving forward. We all businesses to help you reach your financial goals with free business checking and flexible financing to help operate and grow your business with the right financial equipment to keep you in the game. This is Mark Justice wishing our York Dragons a successful football season. We're proud once again to sponsor Dragon First Downs. Progressive Savings Bank, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's take a look at last week's scores. Jackson County roll over Pickett County 41-7. The game
heard here on WDB. Now, York, Sequatchie County, Upman, Clay, Gordonsville, Oakdale, and Eagle all had the days off. Livingston rolled over White County 27-12. Cannon County dumped Cascade 30-7. Edge Kings Academy 28-21. It was Whitwell getting by Grundy County 20-14. Grace Christian Academy blew out Chattanooga Christian 38-21. DeKalb County slipped past Smith County 28-24. Red Bull Springs forfeited to Clinton County, Kentucky. Moore County roll over Joe Burns 34-7. Sunbright dropped Oakdale 35-20. Sales Creek knocked off North Georgia 23-20. Monterey all over Bledsoe County 26-7. Playoff game implications. 3A number 4, Red Bank crushed Ray County 36-0. Last night off, while Rockwood knocked down Cumberland County 37-14. This week, Pickett County, Livingston, Joe Burns, and Monterey all take the week off. Cannon County's at Smith County. Oneida hosts Meigs County. Grundy County will travel to Upperman. Grace Christian Academy will host Trinity Academy. Red Bull Springs will be at Hart County, Kentucky. Gordonsville will host Fayetteville. Eagleville hosts Summertown. Clay County's at White Creek at Lookout Valley. Red Bank hosts Burner, and Loudon will host Sweetwater.
And there was a couple of early games played as well. Gary, Watertown 2-8, and Clay County lost a heartbreaker to a good White County team. A White County team that I guess they are comeback kids.
They are, Gary. You know, they won 2 or 3 games in the fourth quarter this year, and once again came back down in the fourth quarter against Clay County last night and pulled out the victory. And that's a couple of good teams ball game at down to Sparta last night.
You take a look at some of the region here, Gary. This region 3A, not region at 2-0. They are 6-1 overall. They have left to play Grundy County and Sequatchie County. You have to think 2 games they should win. And then you got Smith County, who's 2-1. They're 4-3. They got Cannon and Grundy left to play. Sequatchie County, they come in 1-1. They've got Grundy and Upperman after tonight. And Cannon County's got Smith and York left to play. Grundy County, meanwhile, has got Sequatchie, Upperman, and Smith. That's a really big uphill climb for the Grundy County.
And we saw Grundy County earlier in the year, Gary, and certainly they're not the rest of the teams. Them and Cannon, you got to think is probably a notch below the next level of teams in the region. And, Upperman kind of in the driver's seat right now as far as the region goes.
And it's going to be tough for anybody to take down Upperman. With what they've got left, Grundy and Sequatchie, I don't even see either one of those making much shot at the guys. They seem to be the team to beat right now. Now, there's several teams in our area that in the top 10 in the state as far as AP polls. We'll take a look at those right after we return from this last break from Progressive.
Cheer this year for all our school team activities. Get behind our local school teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, or a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Gary, we talked about Upperman a moment ago. Upperman, one of those teams in the top 10 in their division in 3A. They right now currently sit at number 6. But if you look up the ladder, you got, of course, Alcoa sitting at number 1. Red Bank's at number 3. Loudon's at number 4. If you finish 3 or 4 in New York's region, we're going to travel to one of those 2 teams, one of the 2 top 5 teams in the state for that first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's 2 pretty good football teams too, and to have to go over there and play, it's going to be a tough challenge, and it'll be a big challenge. It's an achievement to make the playoffs. I mean, even though you just have to win 2 games in your region, do that and still make the playoffs, and it's still an achievement. York hopefully will get another region win, get in the postseason, and go somewhere and try to do the best they can with it.
And Gary, if you look at that as well, the fact is you get an extra week of practice time, an extra week of playing, and with these young kids that York's got, that's something they need.
Yeah, I mean, all the practices you can get, the better off you are, and the opportunity to get an extra week's worth of practice. And York's playing a lot of young kids too, Gary. They're playing a lot of kids that are freshmen, sophomores, and that extra practice time, that extra game doesn't do anything to hurt you.
But take a look at some other top 10 teams. Single A, Coalfield is down to number 9 this week. Monterey's up 1 to number 7. Clay County is at number 11. They were number 11 before they lost to White County. They were up 1. Double A, Watertown was number 2. They were up 1. Trousdale number 3, up 1. Oneida fell out of the rankings this past week. 4A, Livingston, next week's opponent, number 7 in the stadium. 4A, Gary, and they stay same. Beats number 2 in 5A. So. And in Division 2, AA, Grace Christian is up 1 to number 5. So York's played some great competition. It's not like they've lost to some. They've lost some.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've played quality teams, and so it's been some big games, and you try to stay in those when you play quality opponents. That game over at Oneida probably wasn't the best of games. You really looked at a game, you thought York didn't play very well at all. It was that one.
Well, we want to also send a big shout-out, Gary, to the York Lady Dragons soccer team. They picked up a big district championship last night. They beat Smith County 4-2. They got that in a double overtime penalty kick. So they won that in overtime. So congratulations to the Lady Dragons as they pick up a huge district championship. Now, I want to thank our sponsors for our live broadcast. They are Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson, State Representative John Mark Wendell, Hall's Family Pharmacy and Sports and Outdoors, First Volunteer Bank, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Fentress Farmers Co-op, McDonald's, Meta-Thrift Pharmacy, Condition Heating and Cooling, Twin Lakes, Pizza Hut, Southeast Drywall and Construction. Our pre- and post-game shows brought to you by the good folks at Progressive Savings Bank. Halftime stats, Old Ben Franklin Ford, player of the game, Hall's Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors. And Monday by the Union Bank in Jamestown and Clark Range. We got a couple of minutes before we kick off, before we get the opening kick, so we're going to take a quick timeout for a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back to take a look at why York will be playing with the assistant coach under the helm today. We'll talk about that when we come back.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
If you're from the South, people make assumptions, like that you wake up at dawn, blast country music in your pickup truck, en route to McDonald's for delicious buttermilk crispy chicken. Well, that last one's true. Embrace the Southern stereotype and wake up with new buttermilk crispy chicken McGriddles. Warm griddle cakes with the sweet taste of maple and all white meat chicken for only $3. Or get a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit for $3. Only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
And back here at Sequatchie County High School, Gary, we talked about it, mentioned it before the break. Of course, Coach Derwin Wright not here tonight. His wife had surgery, had a broken ankle, and we wish Amy the very best. Hope she gets well really quick.
Yeah, that's never nice to, it's awful to be on crutches, and I'm sure she probably will for a little bit, but sounds like things went well. Wish her the best.
And now she's going to quit kicking Derwin. That's just all there is to it.
Yeah, Derwin, straighten up and be good.
All right, we had the coin toss a moment ago. Gary, did you see who?
Yeah, York won the toss. They deferred, so they'll be kicking off to Sequatchie.
And this one, a few times, York going to be kicking off to start the ball game, Gary. That's something we've not seen a lot this season.
Not a whole lot, and but they did win that toss, and going to kick off, play defense, hopefully get a stop early, Gary.
So here we go, folks. If I don't give the time as much tonight, you're going to have to bear with me because to see the time, to see the scoreboard, I have to stick my head out the window. And it's a job for me, tell you. So I may not give the time quite as much tonight, but Gary,
I'll try to help out a little. I'm looking out the top window here. So.
Now of course, nice new press boxes built by Sequatchie County. They just forgot to turn them where you could see the press box or see the scoreboard.
Yeah, nice setup. They've built benches and tables, and it's nice over here, but still, could have been turned just at least a little bit.
And New York will be kicking off to Edgar Vera Cruz and Walt Jones back deep. Jones and Vera Cruz. And it's kicking away for York. Johan. York had the week off. Sequatchie County also had the week off, as you heard earlier. And York going to short this. We're going to be taken by the up man at the 20. He's up to the 30, now up to about the 35, 36-yard line. I believe that was Walt on the return.
Yeah, that was Walt Jones on the return, and it was kicked. He had to run up to catch that. Gary ran it up the right sideline, and they're going to start at about the 37-yard line.
So, Gary, we'll see. Don't see Barger out there. I know they said he would be playing tonight, so
I believe
he got
may
cleared.
Play quarterback. Doesn't look like he's going to be on defense here to begin the game. It's Durham, White Hawks, and Thoman out there.
So up to the line will come Austin McMurray in that wing T formation as he'll hand it off to the big back behind. The big fullback busts through, gets about a dozen on the first carry, Gary, and that is big number.
That's Harley Meeks, number 42, and he's a load. He's not as athletic, but would maybe remind you a little bit of Josiah last year, and got a big run on first down, moved the sticks for another first down.
If you've ever been to Sequatchie County High Schools, folks, you wouldn't want Harley Meeks out or behind you if you're coming down the far hill over there. So up will come the quarterback now. Got a man in motion. He's going to hand number 34 over the left side. He'll try to get outside. Going to be rushed out and going to be knocked out, but not before he picks up a few, Gary. York had a shot at him earlier, but he just able to get outside.
Yeah, and number 34, that is Logan Johnson on the carry, and carried it around the left side, Gary, and York strung him out a little bit, but able to get the corner turn, got about 7 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd down 3.
And they're now at York's 44-yard line as they get ready to take the snap. And back under center goes the quarterback, McCurry. And he hands off this time. That went nowhere, Gary. York able to stuff that one. I believe the ball may have been popped out.
That was after the whistle blown, and Meeks got back on it. It was the big fullback, Meeks again, and got about a yard. So it's going to be a 3rd and a long 2 here for Sequatchie.
Needs to stop Sequatchie County here on their first drive as we're in quarter number 1.
We see a lot of the same tendencies York has, the fullback between the center and the guards, and York done a good job stopping that one.
They're going to have to Meeks again. He's going to go straight ahead, and Gary,
he's going to be really close.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Coming at least from where this line judge.
They're signaling first down.
So 1st and 10 now for the Indians of Sequatchie County. I won't call them the Yellow Jackets, but they are the Indians of Sequatchie County, and they've got a 1st and 10. It's homecoming 2019 for the Sequatchie County squad. We have got 10:28 left to go here in the first quarter. As up will come McCurry under center. McCurry takes a snap, hands it second man through, number 34. He'll spin, gets a good move. Gary, after he got hit, he picked up a couple more yards. That spin move gets up to the 34-yard line.
That was Johnson on the carry again. Logan Johnson, and about 7 yards on first down, Gary. They have been successful on first down here in the early going. They're getting 6 or 7 yards or more than that on every first down play.
And that's really key in the wing tee.
It is, getting 2nd and short, and they have effectively done that here on this first drive.
McMurray now under center. McMurray hands it off on the right side, and there's one hit, and that's going to be number 1 getting up to the 30. That's Vera Cruz, and Gary, he should have been stopped for loss, but still picked up a couple of yards.
Yeah, Ben Cooper had him one-on-one in the backfield, and he spun away from that and spun again and actually picked up the first down, Gary. So got to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Sequatchie County.
1st and 10 Indians as they will come up, moving the ball well, Gary. At this moment right now, they're just beating York at the line of scrimmage.
They are, and the blocking, their backs are hitting the holes. The blocking's there, and they've got holes, and they're getting some space through them, Gary. They're getting 3, 4, 5, 6 yards to carry.
So now McCurry under center, takes hands off this time over the right side to Jones. Jones going to go skirt the right side all the way down inside the 20 for first down, Gary.
That was actually Johnson again. Yeah, Logan Johnson, and good blocking. They sealed the corner, and he got around it, Gary, and big run for Johnson, about a dozen yards there. They're in the red zone now, and it's on the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Indians as they have it on the 18-yard line. York needs to bow up here. Back under center goes McCurry. Got a man in motion. He's going to hand off to the big guy, Meeks, and he goes straight ahead, gets a couple of yards. Good job that time, Gary. He was met head on that time by a Dragon and didn't get the number.
Yeah, it actually was big number 62 for York, and that's Edward Stockton. A little help with from West to come in from the backside to help finish that off, but he fell forward for about 2 yards on that one.
And we've got 8:21 left to go here in the first quarter as the Indians will come up. Indians come up. McCurry takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson this time gets away from the first one, but is brought down, Gary, after a minimal gain.
Yeah, that was, busted play really from the beginning. Johnson about ran into the quarterback making the handoff and just really couldn't get the corner turned, and he got it down to about the 13-yard line, and that's going to make it 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5 now for the Indians, and York could really use a stop here.
Yeah, they could. It's a big, actually, it is a huge 3rd down here. York's got to keep them, it's 3rd and 4 officially. Yeah, need to hold them right here.
They'll hand it off to Johnson, and Johnson going outside, and I think he's got enough for the first down. Going to be very close, Gary. Looks like he's going to bull down inside the 5.
Yeah, he's about the 6.5-yard line, so that'll be a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And now, Gary, York's finding their back against the wall. And that's something York's done this year. They've got behind in games, and it's been hard for them to catch up.
Yeah, this has been a very methodical drive by Sequatchie County, and, 3, 4, 5 yards, and, that's what you want to do out of this wing tee. And York got a bow up here for a goal line stand.
Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Meeks right up the middle. He'll go straight ahead. It's down to about the 2.
They're on marking about the 3-yard line, Gary. They're only getting about a yard on that one. Good job of the York defense. Ben Cooper in there. You also had number 46. That's Caden Buck in there as well, looked like.
Grab don't see them. They've not run to this left side. They don't seem to be running to the left side of York's defense anyway. To their right side.
They're not running right. Everything's going left. They're running behind their left tackle and their left guard, and every once in a while they, of course they send the blocker out of the wing tee that way as well, and so they're stacking the left side.
This time they hand it off up the middle again, pushing straight ahead. They're going to get close, but not get in.
He's inside the 1-yard line, but that was, once again, that was Meeks, and just couldn't get in. They've tried the fullback hitter here twice, a couple of quick hits, and he hadn't gotten the end zone yet. It's 3rd and about a half a yard.
3rd and goal for the Dragons, and this one, York needs a couple of more stops here. Don't want to fall behind early in this one. As they'll come to the line, it's McCurry under center. You got Feeks, the big guy in the backfield, Meeks. I'm looking for the hand it off to him, but no, they're going to give it to Johnson, and he'll skirt in for the touchdown.
Yeah, he went in untouched. Meeks busted out to the left, and a couple of guys went with him, and it just opened a huge hole over that left side, and Johnson able to pretty much walk in.
So the Indians get on the scoreboard with 5:45 left to go here in the first quarter, and they'll try to tack on the extra point, and stepping up to kick, is that 19?
That is, I believe, 19.
Number 19 is Robertson, Hunter Robertson, and the snap is down. It's bad, and York's going to stop the two-point conversion. Good job by Jonah Durham to get in there and break it up. So the Smith County Indians get on the scoreboard. We're 5 minutes and plus left to go here in the first quarter, and they lead it 6-0.
Fenders Farmers Co-op are happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Fenders Farmers Co-op bringing you feed, seed, and fertilize, to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and a gift shop. All this and much more at Fenders Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
Back here, Gary, a 6 minute plus drive, and the on the board, but a good job by the Dragons to keep them getting the extra point.
Yeah, bad snap went through the holder's hands, and Jonah Durham back there to tackle the kicker. But more importantly, York did give up the touchdown, though, and Sequatchie County 6 minute 15 drive. Gary goes ahead 6-0.
And they'll kick it away now. It's back deep for York as Hawks and
Gibson. I believe that's Gibson.
Of course, Stover last week, a broken collarbone. He was having a big game last week. Now the up man gets in. He's going to push it back to the 31-yard line before he's brought down. Gary, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons at their own 31.
It is. I believe that was like Kirby on the return there, one of the up men, and nobody kid out of that moved it out to about the 31-yard line.
So the Dragons now need to move the ball and see what they can do offensively, as we'll see for the Dragons.
Barker's in. He's going to be the quarterback, and, this is going to help the ball handling and some of those things, Gary, that we've seen just hadn't been as crisp while he's been out, hopefully.
So up the line will come Barker under center. Barker's got Cooper in the back, Gibson on one wing, and Johan West on the other. And Johan will come on the motion, but it's going to go up the middle with Barker. Gary, that may be one of those just get the ring rust knocked off of you.
Well, they had Cooper tackled when he was going to make the handoff, I think, Gary, so he wisely kept that, got a couple of yards out. We got about 3 out of it, so it'll be 2nd and 7, but a good awareness by Barker because if he gets that ball to Cooper, I'm not even sure he can get his arms up to get it.
They're going to roll out and head it up the middle of Cooper, and this time Cooper stacked up again. You're not much room there. I don't think it was Cooper on the carry, was it?
Yeah, it was Cooper. Got about a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 for your 35.5, something like that. And, a little bit of a longer yardage situation for the Dragons here early.
And the Dragons, Gary, the past few weeks have been throwing the ball a whole lot more, but with Barker back under center, we're not sure how that will affect the passing game.
Yeah, a lot of that passing was out of necessity, though, Gary, and maybe that won't be as big a necessity tonight.
And Gibson going to be knocked down as quick as he gets the ball. He took the handoff, Gary, and he got knocked all the way back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did. A little push and shoving there after the tackle, but cooler heads prevailed here. But, he lost 3 on that one, Gary, so it'll be 4th and 9. York will have to kick this away.
And they're going to drop it back, drop it up to about the 39.
This will be Gibson. He'll be the punter here on 4th down for York.
So Gibson will kick it away. Gets the punt off. A great punt. It's going to hit, and they'll take a good Dragon bounce, and it'll roll all the way to the 40-yard line and inside the 40 to about the 39 of the Indians. And, Gary, the Indians, good field possession for series number 2.
Yeah, not a bad punt by Gibson. He's really the 3rd-string punter, so he got off a decent kick, got a good bounce, and dies at the 39-yard line, and Sequatchie County will take over their 2nd possession here. York, this is very familiar to them, and they've got to fill those running gaps and make these tackles stop his swing T, Gary.
And so, as I talked to Coach Derwin right earlier in the week, Gary, on the show, he said that it's one thing to run the same offense, but it's another thing to teach your kids out and defend it. And that's what they're having trouble with so far, as now McCurry's going to hand it out this time over the right side. It's number 1, Bella Cruz on the carry.
Yeah, Veracruz, and a good run there. Broke a couple of tackles, and, he picks up about 4 yards on that, Gary.
And that's what you want, that wing T, Gary. 4 to 6 yards on first down is what you like to have every time you snap the ball.
And they've been getting that about on every play here early, Gary. And, goes back to the earlier statement. York got to fill those gaps and, slow down this running game.
So now up will come the Indians with a second and about 6 for the first down. Under center goes McCurry. Got a man in motion. He's going to hand it off this time, number 3, and that one was messed up from the word go. He ran into the quarterback and then was dropped like a bad habit as Paul Jones ran into a wall that time.
More importantly, Connor Warden, number 36, was there, Gary, and he almost had the ball in his hand. And if Connor had been looking for it, probably could have knocked it away or got it out there. And he was right there at the handoff.
And freshman, a great job that time. As now it's going to be for the Indians third, and they lost the yard on that one, so it's going to be 3rd and 7. Can't see the clock. How much time to the clock?
We have 2:27.
2:27 here to go quarter. It's a 6-0 Sequatchie lead. He'll roll out. It's going to be the first pass attempt. Still rolling, and now they'll make the throw, and he overthrew Veracruz. Gary Veracruz was wide open, but he overthrew it, and I thought he actually stepped out of bounds for a moment.
I thought he might have too, and actually I'm not sure the referees aren't agreeing with you. They're marking it all the way back here, 42, 41-yard line, so he did step out of bounds.
So it's going to be 4th down now, and the Indians are showing punt.
Yeah, and this
number 42.
This is me. He's the punt back here.
Another thing you have to keep an eye on as well as he kicks that one. Line driver taken by Hawks, and Hawks drops it. Hawks gets away from the first wave, and Hawks is over to the right side. Hawks is him, gets up over the 40 to the 41-yard line, and Gary, that's one of those situations where you got something that could really be in a bad situation.
Yeah, we didn't want him to catch the punt all year, and he comes up to catch that one, drops it, but probably allows him to get around the first defender, though, and able to turn that up the right sideline and get a few yards out of it, Gary. So York going to take over in good field position.
I think the first defender, Gary, to go for the ball.
Yeah, and, it was a good reason. It was on the ground, but Hawks able to pick it up and sidestep him.
Let's see what Barger and the boys can do as Dalton comes up. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it himself right side. Dalton going to get some good yardage. Picks up about 8 on the first carry.
Yeah, 8-yard run. Good job by him. That was a option-type play, and he saw the opening, turned it up the field around the right side, and got about 8 yards out of it, Gary.
And that's something that York, he's a little bit better at that than Durham was, Gary. Durham may have the better arm as far as throwing the ball, but Barger just handles the offense a little better.
Yeah, it's ball handling and being able to run those fakes and, finding that seam, and he done a good job.
And we're going to have a false start by York as that looks like Gibson kind of leaned forward before he started to cross, Gary.
Yeah, somebody on the left side of the line moved also. I couldn't see who it was, but definitely movement by York.
No, they're going to say encroachment.
They're calling encroachment. He was drawn offside, so that'll be a first down for York, so moves it into Sequatchie County territory.
And when you care to give the very best, folks, that's one of those home moments brought to you by Sequatchie County High School. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons as Barger under center takes a snap. He'll get the second man through. That is West, I believe. And West going to bang straight ahead. Gary, not a whole lot of room for Johan.
He got a little bit, though. Gary got about 4 yards out of that, and got about 2 yards. 2 yards down to the 45-yard line. Conley got stood up and leaned forward, got a little more.
So now the Dragons got 2nd and long. York with a good drive this time, Gary. The first drive, they went 3 and out very quickly, but they're making a little bit of fun at this one.
Yeah, they are. A couple more plays left in this quarter. We're under 50 seconds to go.
And the snap, they're going to hand off up the middle to Cooper. No, it's going to be Dalton Barger on the keeper. Dalton gets past the first one, gets all the way up to the 30-yard line, and Barger, the Barger, goes through.
Yeah.
We have to give him a little trouble about his name because Coach calls him Barger. His real name's Barger, so we give him a little bit of time.
I believe you did that too. Got scolded by his mother.
Yeah.
But, that was a good run. They went with the pitch man in the back there. He turns it up, and if it wasn't for number 12, Levi Knight, he might have took that in for the touchdown, Gary.
And now the Dragons come up with a 1st and 10. Got a man in motion. They're going to hand it off this time. No, it's going to be a pitch out to Gibson. Gibson will turn the corner. Gibson going to squirt ahead to about the 24-yard line before he's brought down. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. End of one. It is 6-0. Sequatchie County.
Medicare Part D open enrollment starts October 15th and runs through December 7th. Hall Family Pharmacy would like to remind you that everyone should get their plans reviewed this year, and using an independent pharmacy like Hall Family Pharmacy can help you get a cheaper plan, so you will be saving money and shopping local. With Hall Family Pharmacy, you can lower your copays, speak directly to a pharmacist, and choose the best coverage for you. Make an appointment today, or walk-ins are welcome Monday through Saturday. Call Hall Family Pharmacy for more details at 879-9997.
Don't forget Hall's new winter hour, Monday through Friday, 8 till 7, Saturday, 8 till 4.
At Twin Lakes, they believe in innovation and moving our communities and schools forward with technology. They know the importance of community support, and that's why they're honored to sponsor community grants and scholarships, support the local elementary schools, build internship programs for graduating seniors, partner with the Foundation for Rural Service to provide youth tours to Washington, D.C., and much more. Twin Lakes is proud to live in and support our local community. For more information on Twin Lakes community programs, please visit www.twinlakes.net.
And here we go, Gary. Second quarter, the Dragons starting to move the ball, looking pretty good offensively.
Yeah, they have second down and about 6 yards to go from the 25-yard line. But yeah, sustained drive here. They just need to finish it. Start the second quarter.
And the Dragons come up with a second down and about 5 for the first down as Barger under center. Takes a snap. Going to quick out this one and almost picked off there, Gary, as he was looking for Tolman. And Tolman, I don't think, was looking for the ball that quick.
No, it was a quick pass, quick sideline pass. And there just wasn't a connection there. And you're right, almost got intercepted by the cornerback over here, Billy Holland.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 5 as they'll be Barger on the carry. Barger around the left side. He's got some running room. He's headed toward the corner for a touchdown, Dragons.
Great play there. And, I mean, everybody went to the right, Gary, except Barger, who went to the left and around the end. By the time Sequatchie County entered the end zone, he was there.
So Barger gets in for the touchdown, and the Dragons can take the lead as Johan West will kick for the extra point here. And we're just underway here in the second quarter as hold will be Holdren, so Zach will put it down. Zach gets it set. Johan puts it up. Johan puts it through. The Dragons take a 7-6 lead early here in the second quarter.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Well, the York Dragons have their first lead in a long time, and Gary, I'm more happy than when I found out Justin Bieber had made up with Taylor Swift. I don't know. It's good stuff.
You're digging there.
Digging, bro.
Yeah. No, a great drive by the Dragons. So got that first down on the penalty, then got the running attack going. Led by Barger. Barger making some smart decisions with the football. And I'm sure Sequatchie County has studied tape, and they had seen the quarterback wasn't much of a threat to run and thought that might be the case. But Barger, he's the leading rusher in the first quarter, 3 carries, 24 yards, and had a 24-yard touchdown run right there, Gary. So a couple of great plays.
And the kickoff's going to go toward Vera Cruz as he will come up from the 20, gets over the 20, 25, down the 28-yard line. Good return coverage by the Dragons, Gary.
Actually, that was Matt Jones on the return, Gary, and nowhere to go. And good job by York to get down there and seal off that sideline.
And, Gary, you have to think, too, Barter's had 3 weeks to rest up. He should have some fresh legs.
He does, and he's showing them, Gary. You know, he's making smart decisions. York moving the football on that drive. It was outstanding.
So the Dragons now need to hold the Indians here as they've got a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line, their own 27. York leads it 7-6 right now, and now they're going to throw York's.
I'm not sure what the holdup is.
They were actually getting the kicker's tee out here, but they threw it over to Sequatchie County side. It was York, though.
We're still holding up play now. Here we go.
Here we go as up will come McCurry. He's got in the backfield the big guy. And they'll give it off. It's going to be over the right side. Spinning, getting away from the first one is number 1. And, Gary, that was just a good hard run by Vera Cruz.
A real hard run. Got about 11 yards and a 1st down. So they'll move the sticks here. And, good run. Twist there. Got away from some York tacklers and got a big run out of that, Gary.
And we have 11:22 left to go here in the second quarter. And the Indians now moving the football again. York has the lead. They got a 6-7 lead or 7-6 lead in this one.
We got a flag, I think. We can see it's over against the Sequatchie County sideline. So actually, we're going to have a measurement.
They're going to measure. They said he got really close to the 1st down. So we'll see whether Vera Cruz got the 1st down.
Looked like he had it, Gary.
I thought so, too, from our angle.
But that's a bad spot for them. Good spot, I guess, for York. It's going to be a 1st down anyhow.
He still got the 1st down, but I'm like you, Gary. I thought when he first on the run, he had it easy. But I guess that was an optical illusion for us. Of course, we wasn't looking vertically like the officials was walking.
But it'll be a 1st down about the 42-yard line for Sequatchie County. And, a big run on 1st down. And, here comes York. Got to come up with a stop again, Gary.
1st and 10, their own 37 when they get back underway. And this chain crew's no hurry, are they?
No. I thought they were going to walk off field, but they've gotten to a jog here. So
their chain crew guys look like a chain gang. They move so slow out there. Going to be now 1st for the Indians. They're their own 37-yard line. McCurry will come under center. He's got Meeks in the backfield. York looking for a stop here. They'll hand it off to the big guy. He's hit right off the bat, and he gets away. Actually, the quarterback on the keeper gets away. He's headed down the sideline, and he gets dropped at the 41-yard line. Gary, somebody met Meeks right at the line of scrimmage, and I think that's why the quarterback held on to it and went with the option.
Yeah, he did. He actually had that ball in the stomach of Meeks, and he was surrounded by about 3 white shirts, and the quarterback, Curry, pulls it in, takes off around the right end, and gets about 20 yards out of that one, Gary, and a good run, and they're in business at the York 41-yard line.
Yeah, they're on York's side of the 50 now as up will come the Indians. And under center goes McCurry. Got a man in motion. They'll hand it off to number 3 over the left side this time. He's got some running room. He's up over the 30, still on his feet. Makes a good cut, drops down at the 15-yard line. So, Gary, another really good run by the Indians.
Yeah, that's Ryan Johnson, the running back on that carry, and just brought him off the right flank around the left end, and he had plenty of running room down to the 15-yard line, gain of 26.
And, Gary, the Indians are running a lot of players.
Yeah, they are. They got a pretty big roster, and they got a lot of movable parts, looks like.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 15-yard line. Under center will go McCurry. Got a man in motion, going to hand it to Meeks up the middle, and he's going to be hit maybe got about 2 or 3 yards out of that one as he fell forward. And Gary, his forward momentum's going to carry him a little ways.
Yeah, he got about 4 out of that down to the 11. After that first round, York's done a good job of taking away that fullback hitter, the quick A gap between the guard and the center, and done a pretty good job on it. It's they still having trouble sealing off the ends.
They've been able to get that outside corner, and that's now they're coming up with a this will be second and about 6. They'll give it to Vera Cruz, and we got a whistle, and somebody's in movement on that one, Gary.
I believe they had 2 men in motion, so it's going to be an illegal shift, and, that'll back them up 5 yards. They're going to officially call it false start, but either way, it's a 5-yard penalty.
Potatoes.
Yeah, so it's going to put them in about 2nd and 11 here now, and, back them up 5 yards. York gives them a little more room to work with.
And Gary, really haven't seen, we had one pass attempt by McCurry, and it wasn't the greatest looking passing attempt, so I guess long yardage for them has not been in their best interest either.
Well, that's the only time they were in long yardage, so Gary, so, they hadn't had the opportunity much.
And now we got in motion again as that time the right guard actually come up as the back was coming across.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're calling, Gary. So now it's going to be 2nd and 16. So they're going backwards quick.
Yeah, they're making better motion backwards than they are forwards at this point.
They've moved all the way back to about the 22-yard line here.
So that makes it about a 17-yard, 2nd and 17.
16 officially, I think. So
up will come McCurry. He's got Meeks in the backfield. Got a man in motion. He's going to drop back, rolling. York trying to get pressure, and they got him. All the way back to the 30-yard line. Break out the groceries because he just got sacked.
Derek Gibson on the sack, and actually Zach Gibson. Yeah, sorry, Zach Gibson on the sack there, and good job by him. He bull rushed him around the end, got to the quarterback before he could get rid of him.
And now the Sequatchie County Indians are backing up like Cochise after the Bighorn.
Yeah, they have got to get all the way down to about the 5-yard line to get a first down. They're at the 29 right now, so it's going to be 3rd and 24.
3rd and about probably Van Buren County, maybe Spencer before they get the first down. Now dropping back, quarterback. He's going to loft one out there. He's got a man out there and caught. Great catch right about the 6-yard line, Gary. And he's going to be very close to a first down. Maybe got it.
It's going to be really close, Gary. That's 16 catch, and he had worked into a seam wide open.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Indians with a big play there. They're hand off up the middle to Meeks, and Meeks going to bang straight ahead. And Gary, he's just a big load to get 2 or 3 yards every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, he does, and got about looks like got about 4 on that one. He's down to about the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, Gary, is where they're officially going to mark at. So it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd
and goal for the Indians, and Gary, Sequatchie County trying to take back the lead. York leads it with 7:11 left to go here in the first half. The Indians are marching toward the end zone again. And I believe we're going to have a timeout called. And we do. We're going to have a timeout called by York. Timeout by York with 7:10 left to go here in the first half. It's a 7-6 York lead.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Raines agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue, with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainesboro.
Minutes left to go in the first half here, and now the Indians are threatening again. And they took York's best shot and just marched right back down the field with a haymaker.
Yeah, they did. One of these perfect wing tee methodical drives here, aided by a couple of big runs, and they're knocking on the doorstep here. York trying to keep them out. Converted a 3rd and 24 with a pass, and that they kept the drive alive, Gary.
That kills you if you're the defensive team, Gary, to give up a 25-yard play when you had them 3rd and 24.
Absolutely.
And now the officials.
He's talking to both teams, Gary. I'm not sure.
Things may be getting a little chippy out there at the moment.
Yeah, so he said his piece. We're going to line up.
Okay, so it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 2. And this is where they like to give it to Meeks. They got a man, Noah Cruz, in motion. Vera Cruz going to go over and punch it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, they just ran it off of that right side, Gary. Ram Meeks as the lead blocker. He kindly kicked the outside linebacker out, and Vera Cruz able to turn it in, walk in easily.
So Vera Cruz punches it over, and now the Indians take back the lead as they go for the extra point. We have got 6:58 left to go here in the first half of play.
Going for 2, I believe, Gary.
They're going to go for 2. They missed the last extra point, so they're going to try for 2 here. York could use a stop on this extra point. As now we have timeout called by the Indians. Have to take a timeout as the clock was running out. We've got 2 seconds under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. It's a 12-7 Sequatchie lead.
Workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Well, Gary, the Indians taking time out. It's unusual to say the least.
Yeah, I'm not sure, if they didn't just like the play they had called against York's defensive alignment or what, but yeah, kind of odd that they did that. Usually you have a 2-point play you practice all week and you feel confident in, and apparently something wrong there that they had to take the time out.
McCurry brings them up. Got Vera Cruz in motion. He's going toward the end zone. Spins, tries to get loose. Does he get there? Yes, he does. The 2-point conversion is good, and with 6:58 to go in the first half, it's a 14-7 Sequatchie County lead.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op bringing you quality products from feed, seed, and fertilizer to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and the gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
Well, Gary, the Indians came back. Huge play on that 3rd and 24, and they punch it in, and they've taken back the lead just that quickly.
Yeah, they have. Got the 2-point conversion on a very similar play, Gary, and they're running. They ran over to the left side quite a bit in that first quarter. The last couple have been over the right side, and got the touchdown and then the conversion.
So now it'll be kicked away, and back deep for York is Gibson and Hawks. The kick is going to be a short one, and that one was a thud, as that was going to hit the ground, picked up by Kirby, and Kirby going to be hit there, Gary, and driven out of bounds. And Kirby had a little bit of trouble handling the ball, Gary, and that was about the deadest sounding kickoff I've ever seen. That was just a dead that football.
Yeah, I think I might have let that take a bounce. It was going left, and it looked like it might bounce left. Possibly could have bounced out of bounds there.
It is got a at the 35-yard, but as it is, they're going to start at their own 27. And now
got a flag down here.
A sideline warning to York. They were motioning for York to step back some from the sideline. So it's going to be First and 10 Dragons. Now, Gary, it's time to counterpunch.
It is, and York a good drive the last time. Let's see what they do here.
So up will come the Dragons. Barger under center. Barger. Got a man in motion. Will take it. Run into West, and they stop the football. And the Indians have it, Gary.
Yeah, that was a botched handoff. Johan got into the quarterback, and there were about 4 purple jerseys and only Johan back there, and Sequatchie County recovers. First turnover tonight for the Dragons.
And, Gary, that's almost in the red zone. It's at the 23-yard line of the Dragons. So now they've really got to bow their neck here.
Yeah, you got to stand up and hold them here, Gary. Down a touchdown, about 6:45 to go here in the first half. You got to play some defense right here.
McCurry will bring his unit up. Got a man in motion. He's going to hand off over the left side. This time it's number 3. He's got some blockers out front before he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, and that was, Ryan Johnson. Yeah,
that was Ryan Johnson on the carry just around the left end, and had a couple of extra blockers besides linemen out there, and able to get about 16 yards out of that, and it's first and goal.
At the 8-yard line, so he went out a little farther back than I thought. I thought it was closer to 5, but either way, it's going to be first and goal for the Indians, and get a touchdown here is going to put York in a situation they are not really good at. That's coming from way behind.
Yeah, it is. Even though York could possibly have the last drive of the half and get the ball to start the second half.
And it looks like the Indians jumped a little early on that one. And that is the call. And we've got an injured player down, looks like number 64.
That's Clayton Hargis, looks like one of the center.
And you never like to see your center go down as he is holding that knee. So while they check on him, we'll take a break and we'll be back after telling you it's Sequatchie County leading York 14-7.
Crisp air, cool breeze, fall leaves, all the things autumn brings. It also brings Carrier's Fall Cool Cash rebate promotion. Now until December 15th. Take advantage of discounts on select energy-efficient heating and air conditioning units. With financing options to fit any budget, you'll be ready to jump into fall and tackle any weather that comes your way. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Condition Heating and Cooling for your free estimate today.
Condition Heating and Cooling.
Managing your medications has never been easier. With Meta-Thrift Pharmacy's MedPack, your medications come organized by date and time, securely sealed in individual, easy open packages. So when it's time to take your next dose, you just tear the package off the roll and your pills are there. That's all there is to it. No bottles, no bother. For more information, call us at 879-8133.
And Hargis is going to walk off the field, Gary. That could be interesting. Who's your starting center? He's the guy besides the quarterback that handles the ball the most.
Yeah, he's a junior center and probably an experienced guy. Walking off without a limp, really, Gary, but not walking off real fast here. So we'll see what happens there.
They were working on his knee while he was down there, but he seems to be walking okay now. So we'll see if he comes back here in a moment. But right now we'll see who the backup is for the Indians, as they are backed up now to the 13-yard line after the 5-yard false start. It's going to be, I didn't see the number on that one, the new center now.
Actually, I think it might be number 58, and that's been the right tackle before.
And now rolling out is McCurry. He's going to throw one out there, lofts it up in the air, incomplete without a flag. They're going to call late hit on somebody. And Gary, I think it may be the big guy here from Sequatchie, number 77. They put a late hit for unnecessary roughness, personal foul against him.
Yeah, he was tangled up with Evan Tompkins out here, way away from the play, Gary, and got the flag for the personal foul, and that's number 77, Elijah Phillips, and he's the biggest guy on their offensive line. He'd make 2 almost of Evan.
So now that's going to back him up, and it's going to be, let's see, it'll be be still first down and goal, but first and goal from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, another long yardage situation here, and see what you can do with this one.
York has got some great pressure on the quarterback. He's not had time to get back here and throw the ball like we've seen last game when they played Upperman.
No, he hadn't had time to throw, and York doing a good job getting pressure on the quarterback.
And now they'll take the snap. They'll throw it out quickly, and they're over to the right side, number 15 on the reception. And he's going to get away from the first tackle, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds. And he's going to be about the 18-yard line, Gary. And York had him hit at the first one, but let him get away. I believe that was Thoman that had him hit originally.
Yeah, that's Billy Holland on the catch there, and he turns it upfield, and Thoman grabbed him and tried to wrap him up. He just able to get away, and getting away got him about 4 or 5 more yards, moved it down to the 13-yard line.
So it's going to be second and goal now or third and goal from the 13. As in the under center, they'll hand it out this time over the left side. That's number 3 on the carry. He's going to be brought down right about the 10-yard line, as that was Johnson, and he's going to be tripped up. Good D by the Dragons that time, Gary.
Yeah, good job by Evan Tompkins, playing on that line on the right end. Just kind of squinted below the line and was able to stretch out and make the tackle. So a good job by Evan Tompkins on the tackle there.
5.5 minutes left to go here in the first half. And, Gary, that brings up a third down and goal from the 12-yard line. And Gary really needs to hold them here.
Yeah, we've got a flag down, Gary. I didn't see that till just now. And holding defense, so that'll be
defensive holding.
That's going to be automatic first down.
So that will, no, they're going to say it's 4th down.
Okay.
So not like professional football. Professional
yes,
football.
My mistake. Yeah, college, that's automatic first down as well. But
that moves to the 5-yard line.
Moves it to the 5-yard line, though, and it's a 4th and goal from that 5-yard line.
So now York needs a stand here. A stand here would give the ball back to the Dragons. And more importantly, Gary, keep this a 1 possession game. And with York, it would also nullify that turnover they had.
Yeah, with 5:34 to go in the half, it's still time you can get a drive, too, before halftime.
So York needs a stop here as now the Indians have it 4th and goal from the 5. McCurry under center.
York going to take time out here, I believe.
And York takes a timeout. Timeout on the field with 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. It's 14-7. Sequatchie.
If you're from like that, you wake up at dawn in your pickup truck en route to McDonald's for delicious buttermilk crispy chicken. Well, that last one's true. Embrace the Southern stereotype and wake up with new buttermilk crispy warm griddle cakes with the sweet taste of maple and chicken. $3, or get a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit for $3. Only for McDonald's. Price of any other offer.
York took a timeout. They saw what they were lining up in. They took a timeout quickly. That makes you think they weren't set for what they thought they were going to run.
Yeah, or wanted to get kind of a look at the formation, see who was in it possibly, and see what they could adjust here. And so we'll come back out and have 4th down.
4th and goal for the Indians on the 5-yard line. It's a big play in this ball game early. As York needs a stop here.
Looks like they have their regulars in the wing tee. It's Johnson, Veracruz, and Meeks in the backfield here.
They got Veracruz moved. Now he's going to drop back. He's going to look to throw. Now he'll take a step up, and he's going to get dropped before he gets in. And did he get in?
Got it.
He got in for the touchdown. I thought he got stopped right at the line. But they say he got in for the touchdown, and the Indians take a 2-score lead.
Yeah, he was going to hand that ball off, instead turned it up, and looked like York had him stopped, maybe wrapped him up about the 3-yard line, but he broke free of that and then dove for the goal line, got in, Gary.
So the Indians now lead it 20-7, and they will come up and I don't know if they're going to go for 2. It looks like they're going to go for 2. Most of after that first kick attempt, Gary decided that their kicking game isn't going to work.
Apparently, so, they're lining up, it looks like, to go for 2 the rest of the night.
So it's a 20-7 lead now for the Indians. They got a man in motion. They're going to drop back. Look at the guy wide over the side. Here went right through his hands as hit him in the worst possible place, the hands, and he dropped it. Now we got a flag on after the play, Gary.
Yeah, that was number 15, Holland, wide open, Gary. And quarterback probably should have threw that a little sooner, but held it a little longer. And, there's no excuse for dropping that one.
As now we got a penalty against or after the play, so unsportsmanlike conduct, York.
I believe that's what he called after the play. So
that'll be on the kickoff here. We'll just keep it here this time, Gary. It's now 20-14. York finds themselves in a place that unfortunately they've been too familiar with the last few weeks.
Yeah, 5:26 first half. You're down 20-7. Got to do something with this drive, Gary, and then also. You get the ball to start the second half. This drive's essential that York turn this, into a drive and get points out of it.
And if that's a 15-yard penalty, Gary, they'll be kicking off from the 45 of York.
Yeah, and that's where the kickoff will happen from. And
I would be very careful about an onside kick, right?
Yeah, this is the opportune time to do something like that, and I think York probably get putting some hands up there, I thought, but they've just got 4 guys up on the line.
If I'm the Indians, this might be my shot at a onside kick because at worst, if you kick it on the ground, it's going to be at about the 31 or 2 yard line.
Yeah, so they're lining it up here, and the referees. No, actually that penalty was against Sequatchie County. Now they signaled York, but
they signaled York on it, so it goes the other way. And Coach Kerry Johnson down there, he was adamant it goes the other way. So now York with a golden opportunity, Gary. It's at the 25-yard line. I don't think you'll see an onside kick from here.
No, they're going to have to kick off from their own 25, and that should move the York. The back guys, the Hawks here.
And Gibson right at the 26.
Yeah, that's not Gibson back there for this one, Gary. I can't see. 35. That's Eli Kirby. On the other side. So, they've traded places with him and Gibson. Gibson going to be the up man here, man.
Yeah, they've hit a couple of thuds right toward Kirby where he was at. Now Gibson's in that spot. As the kick is going to be a very short one, taken by Gibson at the 40. Gibson up over the 45. He's up to the 50, and then he is drugged down. That should have been real close to a horse collar.
He fumbled that ball, Gary. He bounced on it. It bounced right to him, but he actually fumbled that ball at the end there, and they're going to mark it at the 49-yard line. They might have marked him down, but almost midfield for York here. It's a good opportunity for York to turn this into points for the end of the half, Gary.
Well, we've got less than 5 minutes to go here in the first half. As York will come up, they got a 1st and 10. They need to answer the turnover as they put them in a deep hole. Now they trail 20-7. Snap, they're going to hand it off to number 14 up the middle, and he's going to be hit, drives forward, and gets out the 45-yard line.
That's Evan Tompkins on the carry. Got about 5 yards out of that, Gary. 5.5. A good carry on first down for York.
Good hard running by Evan.
Yeah, nice job there, and it puts you in that 2nd and 5 situation, which is what you want if you're York here.
And you got 4:57 left to go here in the first half. York's got plenty of time to march it down the field and get back in this ball game. They'll trail it right now by 2 scores. And now we got back in the shotgun. We got Durham in at quarterback, and Durham hands it off, and Gary, that went not much in that one that time.
No, that was Tompkins on the carry again. Not much doing there. Actually, no gain. So going to be about 3rd down and 4 here. So.
And Barger's coming back in, Gary.
Yeah, trying to give them a little different look, I think, with Jonah in at quarterback. So it'll be Barger back in for the 3rd down play here.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 4 for the Dragons. They need to get to right at the 41-yard line. Got a man in motion. They'll fake it. Now they're going to pitch late, and we got a flag down already, and that's going to be a stop there by the Indians. We got flags going everywhere. It looks like Macy's Day Parade out there right now.
Got at least 2 flags down, and also got a Sequatchie County player over
26.
here. 26, limping a little. So
that is Wyatt Blevins coming up a little gimpy, and he's headed to the sideline.
And the referee's going to try to sort this out here. York backing up.
And we'll see what they call it. We got a chop block. Personal foul. They're going to offset, so York backs up because they're going to replay the down, Gary.
Yeah, they're backing way up, though, so they just heard part of it and should replay the down, be 3rd down 4 here.
And that's a break for York, Gary, because it was going to be 4th and about 2 or 3 yards to go.
It was, so, Barger over here on the sidelines got the play. They'll bring it in here, and a big 3rd down for the Dragons. We're down to 3:53 to play here in the first half, Gary.
So the Dragons come up now, trailing 20-7. Cooper in the backfield. They got a man in motion. They'll hand it off to Cooper. No, it's going to be Barger on the keeper. Barger goes forward, Gary, and he got maybe a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and York's in a situation. Will you go for it here?
You got to go for it, I think, Gary. This is 4 down territory. They have moved the ball, but they haven't moved it quickly all night. So, you're not really worried about that. You're worried about getting some points out of this, really, to, where you can come out in the second half, get the ball and play with a chance to tie the game. Go ahead.
Barger will come up now, and the clock. Gary, where are we at on the clock?
We're down to 3:14, so
it'll be under 3 minutes by the time they snap this one.
Yeah, so it's going. Actually, we're going to have timeout York.
So timeout called by York, and that's their last one of the half. As we take a timeout with them, we'll tell you it is the Indians leading York 20-7.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No.
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
Gary, the Dragons need a 1st down here to keep this drive alive as we're down at about the 3-minute mark of this one. York needing a couple of yards in this. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Yeah, it's a big 4th down for York here, and took their last time out of the first half. Try to get this play right.
And they're going to hand out to Cooper. Cooper straight ahead is going to have the 1st down.
Nice job. That was a quick hitter to the fullback, and they hadn't run that play since early in the game, and Cooper able to scoot through down to about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st down York.
But now York needs a little more sense of urgency, Gary. It's getting down there to 3 minutes. You're going to have to make it a little bit faster.
When they wind the clock here, it's 2:59 to go in the first half, so, time's moving.
As up will come the Dragons. Got a man in motion. They'll hand it off up the middle of Cooper. Cooper gets through the first one. Still on his feet. Gets down to about the 31-yard line. Good hard running by Big Ben.
We got Sequatchie County guy. Looks like he's going to limp off, it looks like.
61.
That's Landon Easterly. So he's trying to get off field, and they're telling him to go down.
And for York, that's actually good. That stops the clock.
It does, allows them to get a couple of plays in here and, a lot of good things. And but he wasn't going to get off the field. It would have been advantage York if he plays the play. So they're going to look after him.
So he'll go down. They'll bring out the crew to look at him. I will tell you that it is Sequatchie County 20, York 7 when we come back.
Like a great sports team needs a great captain to lead them, a county needs a great executive to move it forward. And Fentress County has it in Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy believes in this county and its endless possibilities. So for great sports and a great county, be like County Executive Jimmy Johnson and back Fentress County all the way.
Well, Gary, the Indians Number 61 Easterly being helped off the field, and that looked like an ankle there. So,
yeah, he's not putting any weight on that now, Gary. So, probably a good thing he did go down. But it helps York as well. So it's a win both ways. Allows York to get a play called here.
So York with a 2nd and 5 now. They'll roll out. Barger going to loft one down the field. He's got a man out there. Runs it, Tolman. Well, he dropped it. Tolman had the touchdown, Gary, and just dropped it. Great throw by Barger. Hit him in stride, and he just dropped it.
He did. The coverage was by Sergio Camp on the corner there, one-on-one coverage. And Camp nowhere near the size of Tolman. Tolman shielded him, caught the ball, allowed him to get in his way just a little bit, and it hit him right in the hand. So he should have caught it, dropped it. It was a sure touchdown for York.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Dragons as we head toward halftime of this one. It'll be Barger under center. Barger got a man in motion. He's going to hand out to Ben up the middle, and Big Ben straight ahead to the 30. And Gary, he's going to be close to another first down.
Actually, he's probably going to be a yard or two short, Gary. It's going to be another big 4th down for York, 4th and 2 here.
York got it 4th and 2 here. And Gary, the clock at now
1:50 to go in the half, Gary. And York going to huddle up here, Got to have a little bit of urgency, I think, coming out of this play anyhow.
So York needs, looks like a good yard, a little over a yard and a half maybe on that one. Not quite 2 yards as they'll go right up the middle with it and straight ahead for the first down.
Yeah.
Good hard running that time by Big Ben.
Yeah, and you got another Sequatchie County guy limping here. So, maybe he's going to stay in, but York got to get the play called quick.
Yeah,
here.
they're getting a late run in here, or they need to get a little bit more sense of urgency in this one. As the clock is wound, they place the ball down, and we have got 1:22 left to go here in the first half. And a lot of time running off the clock. Now, quick throw by Bart right through Tolman's hands again. Gary, there's another one right through Tolman's hands. You can hang on to it.
That was a great throw. They had him on like a skinny post. Gary ran towards the hash mark, and he had his guy beat, and there was nobody there. If he catches that, he runs into the end zone again.
Of course, we got a flag on the field, too, and York's backing up.
I didn't see what that penalty was, so maybe that
going to be holding. Yeah, so it's in the area where they get the holding calls.
Going to move us all the way back to the 40-yard line too, Gary. So that's a 15-yard penalty. He signaled holding, but it happened at the 30, I guess. So.
Yeah, it must have happened back behind the line of scrimmage. As now Barger will come in. York needs 40 yards. They need some points on the board. We got 72 seconds left to go here in the quarter. As under center goes Barger. It's 1st and about 25 as they'll hand it off this time, and that's going nowhere. And Gary, that's going to stop you, and that's going to be probably one more play after this.
Yeah, that was they were ready for the fullback hitter that time. Cooper took it up in there and just nowhere to run. 4 purple shirts there drove him back, Gary.
Under a minute to play, and now you're going to spike the ball, Gary, and that's going to make it 3rd down and long.
Yeah, thought they might have a play called there, but did not spike the ball, and it's going to be 3rd and long here. York got to get a big play.
50 seconds left to go here in the quarter.
York moved it down here. It's kind of stalled out, Gary, here once they got a first down at the 25-yard line, and now they're in 3rd and 25. Need to get it down to about the 15 on this play.
And the one play they had the touchdown, but couldn't haul the ball in was Tolman, and that allowed
He did that twice. They actually had him twice. That second pass wasn't to the end zone, but it would have been the end zone. He catches it.
And now we got delay a game on York, so York headed straight back now.
Yeah, that'll move it back to the 45. It's going to be 3rd and 30 here.
So York with a 3rd and 30 and just under a minute left to go in this first half. Now in motion, it'll be Barger drop back. He's trying to pass, and he is hit as he released the ball, and it goes incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th and long. Gary, do you just punt it away here and play some defense, or do you try to go for it?
45.8 seconds to go, ball at the 45-yard line. I think he is sending in the punt team, and I think that's what I would do here.
With a 4th and 30.
Yeah, you don't want to give them the ball at midfield with any amount of time left. They have hit on a couple of big plays in the first half.
So Gibson will step back to kick it away. York's drive stalls, and we're going to head into halftime. Looks like with the Indians in the lead this one, that one's going to be a good punt. Going to roll down inside the 20, and York will just wait on it, and finally they'll whistle it dead. And with 37 seconds left to go here in the first half, Gary, the Indians will have the ball. I would more than likely guess they'll just pretty much try to run this clock out.
They'll probably run a couple of safe plays, see if they can break a big one here, Gary, but they're not going to try to do anything extra special. They have a 13-point lead going into halftime.
Now, York will get the ball to start the second half as 37.4 seconds left to go here in the quarter. And the Indians quarterback, McCurry, under center. Takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself. Head over the right side. He's going to be hit and dropped. Good job that time. Good tackle there by Johan West.
Yeah, good job by him. Got a stoppage in time. Not sure what, unless they called first down. It was actually enough for a first down, Gary.
And now we're under 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter. And it will be the quarterback on the keeper again. He's got some good yardage. He's up to about the 45-yard line before he's brought down. And
another first down.
16.6 seconds to go. Do you maybe try to air one out here if you're the Indians?
Well, they've hit on a couple of pass plays, and 46-yard line. They may try to run one more here and see what they can do. They've got at least one timeout left, Gary.
So they'll step under center. Got a man in motion. They'll take the snap, hand it off up the middle to Meeks, and that one just going to run the clock out, Gary.
Got a couple of yards, and they have called timeout, Gary. They're stopping the clock. Timeout, Sequatchie County.
So the Indians take a time.
Actually, is it a timeout or a penalty?
And
timeout.
They're going to take a timeout with 4.7 seconds to go in the half. The Indians take a timeout, and they got a 20-7 lead.
This is Jenny Hall, inviting you to come check out our all-new Hall Sports and Outdoor store, now open in downtown Jamestown. At Hall Sports and Outdoors, we are your regional destination for everything you need for the woods and on the field. We have game day gear featuring your favorite local and regional teams, camping and hunting gear, and gifting ideas with popular brands like Costa, Timberland, Volunteer Traditions, and more. Sports and Outdoors is located on the corner of South Main Street and Livingston Avenue, across from the courthouse. Stop by and see what everyone is cheering about at Hall Sports and Outdoors.
And Gary, 4 seconds left to go in this should be the last play of the first half.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be the last play. See if Sequatchie County's pulled something out of the playbook here, Gary. You don't take this time out unless you got a play or some intent to try to move it down the field here. So see what they do here on this second down play.
They'll get the snap. Dropping back is McCurry. McCurry looking. He's going to chuck one down the field. That one's going to be intercepted by York. York with the interception. Time's run out, but the Dragons bring it back the other way. Still on his feet, and finally ran out of bounds at the
midfield. That was Tolman on the interception, and looked like he had some rain to begin with, Gary, but kind of closed up over there on the sideline.
So Tolman ends the half with an interception. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back in a moment with our OBM Franklin Ford halftime stats. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op, bringing you quality products from feed, seed, and fertilizer, to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and the gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
I still dream about.
And back here at the half, where the Dragons trail Sequatchie County by a score of 20-7 here at the half. Joining me now, I've got with me last night's winning goalie who came away with a big game for the York Lady Dragons as they won the district championship. Talking about the Rock, Michaela Reagan's here. Michaela, congratulations first and foremost.
Thank you.
You guys, that was an impressive win last night. Was you being the goalie? All the pressure was on you, right?
Yeah, a lot of it was.
So now I know it had to be good though to get that win over Smith County finally.
Yeah, it was. It was a tough win.
Now to go through those overtime penalty kicks, what was going through your mind when you were out there?
Just jump on the ball. Jump on the ball.
Don't let the ball get in the net, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Just not let the ball get in the net. Now you're going to move on to the region tournament. Well, I know you're going to play East Robertson. When do you play your first one?
I think it's Tuesday night.
And you get to host that one, right?
Yeah, it's first ever in school history we get to host a regional game.
And you guys, I think this is your first. Is this your first district championship as far as the Lady Dragons soccer team?
Yeah, I think so.
So you guys got your first district win, and you got East Robertson coming in. I know you want a great big crowd out there, right?
Yeah, so everybody come out.
And you got girls going to do what now, of course?
We're going to win.
That's right. You're going to win. And you guys, like I said, you had this big win over Smith County. How good was it? You're going to have to elaborate. How good was it to beat Smith County finally?
It felt great. I mean, they beat us 2 times, so to come back and beat them in the championship game, it was a lot.
Now it's been a few years since you've beaten Smith County, I believe.
Yeah, last year I don't think we beat them. They beat us in the championship game last year, so it was good to come back this year and beat them.
Turnabout's fair play, right?
Yeah.
And we hate for them to be going home. we need one keep a straight face when I said that. So, but first of all, congratulations again. You got a great big win and a big win for York Soccer, the program. I mean, it's been years since York's had a team in the championship. Well, you was in the championship last year, but picking up that championship, that's going to get a lot of these younger girls wanting to play soccer.
Yeah, I hope so. Hope we have a lot of people come out next year.
And you guys, you did a great job. Congratulations. The winning goalie for last night's district champions. I'm going to call her the MVP of the game because she stopped all the penalty kicks, so you're our MVP of the game. But congratulations on that, and we're looking forward to see how you do this Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
And that was Michaela Reagan, whose Lady Dragons came away with a huge win last night, took the district championship, District 7A championship over Smith County. We'll take another quick time out. We'll be back with our old Ben Franklin halftime stats in a moment.
At Meta-Through Pharmacy, managing your medications has never been easier. We are the first pharmacy in the Upper Cumberland to offer strip packaging for your medications. Our MedPack strip packaging organizes your meds in easy-to-open pouches organized by date and time you take your meds. It's simple, convenient, and certain. Let us take the worry out of your medications today. For more information, call 879-8133, or we invite you to come by and see our strip packaging machine today.
Quality quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Back here at Sequatchie County High School, we're at halftime. This one at the half. York is trailing Sequatchie County 20-7. Well, it's time now for the Old Ben Franklin halftime stats. Brought to you by Old Ben Franklin Ford. Folks, Fords are just cheaper in the country.
Hello, folks. This is Bruce Babb, GM Old Ben Franklin Ford in Watburg, Tennessee. And as fall arrives and the temperatures drop, so do the prices on our new Ford cars and trucks. We have F-150s with over $11,500 off, new Expeditions and Escapes with over $5,000 off. And if you're looking for the all-new 2020 Ford Explorer, we have 6 of them in stock and ready to go. We also have a great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it for you. We have financing rates as low as 0%. We have financing for all types of credit. We say yes when others say no. So come in and see just how easy it is to get a new or pre-owned Ford car or truck. Our customer satisfaction is in the top 2% of our dealer group. Come in and let us show you why. Fords are cheaper in the country, so call us at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at www.obford.com.
Back here at Sequatchie County High School, where the Old Ben Franklin halftime stats. Gary, while we're going through the pomp and circumstance of homecoming for the Sequatchie County Indians, take a look at our first half stats where York trails.
Yeah, of course, the big stats you already talked about. The score is 20-7 for York in the first half. They have 5 first downs, 17 carries, 77 yards. Passing through the air, it looks like they have they're 0 of 5, so 22 total plays, 77 yards. For Sequatchie County, they have 12 first downs, 28 carries, 179 yards. They're 2 of 5 through the air for 39 yards, and of course that interception at the end of the first half. 33 plays, 218 yards. They've won time of possession 14-41 to 9-19, which is a big stat in this game where both teams are in the same offense. And then, you look at penalties. They have actually had 6 penalties called on them in the first half for 50 yards. York, 3 for 25. Individually for York, they're led in rushing by Dalton Barger, 5 carries, 50 yards. Ben Cooper, 6 carries, 20 yards. Evan Tompkins, 2 for 7. And Zach Gibson, 2 carries, 2 yards. In the air, Barger's 0 for 5. For Sequatchie County, they're led in rushing by Austin McCurry, 5 carries, 47 yards, and a touchdown. Ryan Johnson, 4 carries, 43 yards. Logan Johnson, 6 carries, 37 yards, and a touchdown. And Harley Meeks, 9 for 32. McCurry through the air is 2 for 5 for 39 yards and the 1 interception. Both of the passes caught by Billy Holland, 2 catches, 39 yards. So, for York, tackle-wise in the first half, Zach Gibson already with 9 tackles, Ben Cooper with 8, Johan West and Evan Tompkins 7 apiece. They're racking up a lot of tackles in that first half, Gary.
Now, Gary, we look at those first halves. Of course, the 2 turnovers. York's turnover much more costly because it came and allowed Indians to take that get that third score, whereas York's got their interception into the first half. Really didn't hurt Sequatchie at all because time had run out. So that's one of the key plays in this first half. And then the miscues down here by the Dragons as they were moving the ball toward the end of the first half hurt them as well.
It did, and the real concerning thing, York had a little bit of a drive there at the end of the first half, to kind of control that clock, but they were on the field for 15 of the 30 minutes, they were actually on the field, for 5 more minutes defensively. Sequatchie's already ran 33 plays offensively, and that wears your defense out. And, for York, you got to get off the field defensively, and the offense got to put together a sustained drive.
And another big play in the game, Gary, was that 3rd and 24 that Sequatchie County had. They threw a pass and was able to get a guy who he come down with it, and they made the play when they needed to.
Yeah, Holland caught that ball at the 5-yard line, gave them a first down, and they were able to punch that in to go ahead. Looked like York had them in great field position, where they were even, they probably would have went for it, but that's a long way to go, and instead they complete the long pass. It's a big break for them. A bad break for York didn't go their way, so York finds themselves on the short end right now and got to battle out to start the second half.
And the Dragons will get the football when we start the second half. We'll get the second half underway here in just a few moments, but we do want to tell you here at the half, it is Sequatchie County 20, York 7. We'll be back in a few minutes after the halftime festivities.
Hello, folks. This is Bruce Babb, GM over in Franklin Ford in Wartburg, Tennessee. And as fall arrives and the temperatures drop, so do the prices on our new Ford cars and trucks. We have F-150s with over $11,500 off, new Expeditions and Escapes with over $5,000 off. And if you're looking for the all-new 2020 Ford Explorer, we have 6 of them in stock and ready to go. We also have a great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And if we don't have what you're looking for, we'll find it for you. We have financing rates as low as 0%, and we have financing for all types of credit. Say yes when others say no. So come in and see just how easy it is to get a new or pre-owned Ford car or truck. Our customer satisfaction is in the top 2% of our dealer group. Come in and let us show you why. Fords are cheaper out in the country, so call us at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at www.obfford.com.
So we'll see what the Dragons can do to start this second half. They'll get the football to start it. And York trailing that the half at 22-6. If you just tuned in, York actually had the lead at 7-6, but since then they've been giving up 13 unanswered points.
Yeah, they did. We're ahead 7-6, and then Sequatchie converts a 3rd and 24 and ends up getting that end zone and then getting a turnover and getting that one in the end zone, Gary. And 20-7 is where we stand right now as we begin the second half.
So York with the ball to the second half as the Dragons, Gary, had a going to the last of that second quarter and just couldn't do anything with it. They stalled out, got a couple of really costly penalties.
Yeah, they did, and it's going to be important. The fullback was an important part of the beginning of that drive, Gary, and got to be super. Got to find holes for him. Got to use them here to, help establish this offense. And without him being able to get some tough yards up the middle, it's hard for those wings to get anything going. And so it's got to start like that again, and got to move it down the field 3 or 4 yards at a time.
You're going to be moving left to right as we speak. Now, if you're watching this on camera, they're going to be moving just the opposite, right to left, because Kevin is on the other side of the field from us. And we're getting ready for this one to be kicked off. It will be back for York. And Gibson back deep again.
Yeah, you got Tolman, you got Tompkins back there, too, for the up this time.
And so now the kick is going to be a short one. It's going to go to Tolman, and Tolman took that one on his knees, Gary, and come up with it that he'd been able to catch it, but he was down on his knees to catch the ball, and that ends the return right there.
He made kind of a sliding catch, knee on the ground. So 5-yard line, it'll be taking over first and 10.
So the Dragons with their first possession of the second half, trailing in this one. Region matchup. This one pretty much, as Gary mentioned earlier, 3rd place right now. Wins this one and are still in the hunt for 3rd place.
Yeah, I mean, you could play for 2nd, I guess, but, definitely, put you in a good position for at least 3rd anyhow.
And a loss in this one, if York can't come back in this one, Gary, that means that Cannon County game is going to maybe be a game for the 4th spot, as Cannon County's got a win in the district as well as they dropped Grundy County this season. So we'll see what the Dragons can do here. They've got a road to come back as Barger under center. Hands it off. No, Barger going to keep it on the left side. And we got a flag on the play, and looks like that's going to be a holding where they threw that one, Gary.
Didn't really see the play. I see a couple people getting up slowly. Barger got about 5 yards on the carry, but we'll see what happened. Chop block.
Chop block again. That's 2 of those called against York tonight, Gary.
Yeah, that'll back it up. That'll be half the distance, it probably. So this should back it up to probably about the 12.5-yard line and put York in first and really long.
Yeah, first and really long. We'll see where they mark it at. York with a chop block. And they're picking York on up. They're going to mark it right at the 12. You're right.
Half the distance. So it'll be, it's going to make it first and 23 now. So
and once again, Gary, York's not one of those big play teams. They're not a team that gets chunks of yardage at a time. They 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of a team, and they'll have to get some big yards now. They'll hand it off up the middle. That's Big Ben going straight ahead. He'll get some of it back. Gets up to about the 20-yard line.
Good run by Cooper. Bounced just a little bit wider than the yard time between the yard and the tackle, more of the B gap, and over the left side got about 8 yards out of that, Gary.
So that's going to make it second and about, well, I'm going to say, so they only give him 4 on that, so they're going to say second. And, well, actually, he had
they
some
moved
yardage
it out
to make
the
up.
21. He got about 9 on that one.
So he's got second and 8 to go for the first down. As they get the man in motion, it'll be Barger rolling out. Barger's going to throw it out. Got a man here sliding, going on it. Wrong. And did they say he caught it?
They were marking it.
They missed that one, Gary. I think that one is grand.
They did. They're making that catch. This will make it about 34.5.
So that was a big play break for York. They're getting 29-yard line, and as I said, it did look like strong. Let that one get to his hand and touch the ground, but York gets a break on the call.
Oh, roughing the passer on top of it. That 34-yard line, make it first and 10 Dragons.
So the Dragons get out of a big hole there.
Gary, that was a pretty good one for York. That ball obviously hit the ground, that they called it a catch, and then get the roughing passer on top of it.
Probably give York the first down anyway, but it's going to be York in a 3-man backfield.
Now we're going to wind the clock. We'll slow down the clock here.
And York now down the wing deep. And it's going to be Barger deeper, and Barger spins up for about a yard or 2.
That was a little bit of wishbone, Gary, and faked it to the fullback, because there was nothing there, and Barger couldn't do anything with it but turn, and he gets about a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
York getting another first down. They come up with a 2nd and 9. And now back to your wing tee. Gibson on one side, West on the other. West in motion. And, it's going to be a pitch. The keep Barger couldn't pitch it. They had West covered out there. If he pitched it, that was the other direction.
Yeah, they went with the pitch and actually had somebody to cover Barger that time, too. Nowhere to run, and, that's going to lose a couple of yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 now.
So York backing up again as they come up with 3rd and 11. York with, let's see how much time we have left here in the 3rd quarter, 9:08. Sorry about that, folks. I have to stick my mouth to see the clock. As it's going to be 20-7. Got a man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, and Barger's going to roll to his left. Barger going to tuck and run, and Barger going to get back to midfield before he's ran out of bounds. So that's going to make it a 4th down and
about 4 here. So interesting field position for York and a big call here. Coach Kerry Johnson in the offensive unit. We'll see what happens.
Of course, I mentioned earlier that Coach Derwin Wright not with us tonight as his wife had surgery, and she is recuperating.
It's actually about 3 yards, Gary, and York. It looks like they're going to line up to go for this.
So you're going to try to go for it and about 3. York's letting the clock run down now as they'll take snap. This one's going to be busted up right from the word go. And Gary's, the Indians are going to get the ball back inside of York territory.
Yeah, and that play busted from the word go, and Barger didn't even have time to back up, much less turn around, and they had him tackled all the way back at the, looks like the 45-yard line. So Sequatchie County going to take over in excellent field position.
Indians up by 2 scores. They'll come up now with their wing T formation. Got a man in motion in Vera Cruz. They're going to hand it off to him, and he'll take it up to about the 41 before he's driven back, and there's a flag late, Gary, on that one.
Yeah, threw that right in the middle of the pile. I'm not sure what happened there, but
that's usually in an area of face mask.
Actually, unsportsmanlike conduct. York.
And they're going to call that one against, I believe, Cooper. And they may be going to eject Cooper. They're following him over here to the sidelines, Gary.
Yeah, they're carrying him over. He's been ejected. Yeah, the referee clearly says he's been thrown out of the game.
And that means he won't be eligible for next week's Livingston game or the final game at Cannon County.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened there, but he did get, and the referee clearly gave the thumb to say he was ejected from the game.
So York had that problem against the Upperman, had a player ejected. Now they got another ejected. And York's going to be lucky if they got enough bodies to even play when Livingston rolls in next week.
Yeah, you gotta play smart football, Gary. You know, and those plays aren't smart when you're able to get yourself thrown out of the game.
And so now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 25-yard line. York trying to stop Sequatchie County here, but the Indians on another sustained drive, and now they're going to back them up. And yeah, I'm not sure what the stoppage of play is for.
Their coach, it looks like the Coach Johnson and maybe a couple of the others here wanting an explanation. Coach Stucker maybe wanting an explanation here. What happened there?
And Coach Wheaton, Big Wheaton, still talking to the official out there. As now Barger is going to come in and play defense, and Coach Johnson still wanting some information on it. And
yeah, it looks like we're breaking up now, and they've added the 15-yard penalty down to the 25-yard line, so Sequatchie County will have it 1st and 10 from there.
Well, York, Gary, once again loads up the old 45 and shoots another toe off as they shoot themselves in the foot here again. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Indians at the 25. Gary, they put it in here. It's going to be really tough for York to come back from a 3-score deficit against this Indian squad.
Yeah, you know, it was a pretty big hole there with 2. You really need a good first drive. Got a couple of first downs. You really couldn't do a whole lot with it. And so now I think we're going to get back to play here. The referee finally moving back out to his position.
Now, here in quarter number, ends on the drive again. Center goes off of the guy, makes in the still gets to the 21-yard line or 22-yard. He just run over people.
Yeah, that's where you miss a little bit. One of those inside linebacker spots to come in and help fill that hole, and he ran right through the hole that time.
And you mentioned it earlier. York's been on defense a whole lot tonight.
Yeah, you know, they were out there 15 minutes in the first half here, you know, 15 to 24, and they're on another drive. You know, and that'll wear you out the more plays you're out there.
The Indians come up. They got a man in motion to Meeks on the right side. Meeks is going to lower his shoulder and head forward. He's going to be inside the 10. Down to looks about 8 yards. Be 1st and goal.
It actually come out over the right end that time, Gary, and another big run out of that and turns it into a 1st down.
They're going to mark it right at the 8-yard line. It's going to be on this one.
Yeah, and you know they're running it too fast right now. You're having a hard time making stops, Gary.
Now the Indians still have a couple more district games left to play. They've got a couple more yet on their schedule. as they got a man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the big guy again. Meeks just going straight ahead. Pushes forward inside the 5 to about the 3.
Looks like they're going to mark him about the 2-yard line. Another run off of that right guard there, just following him through the hole, Gary.
So now it's going to be second and goal from the 3, they say. So we'll see if the Dragons can hold them up here. They really need to stop, Gary.
They really do, need to bow up here and hold them. And, Sequatchie County ran it to perfection right now.
And they're also milking that clock, too, as waiting to see the official raise that hand for the hey, they're going to hand out the big guy again. He goes straight ahead. Still fighting. Did he get in? No.
No, they're marking him short.
Right at the goal line. So it's going to be a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, so he held just out of the end zone, Gary, and it make it, like you said, 3rd and inches. And the clock approaching 6 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
York needs to get the top here. And they've got to dig in here with the Indians taking their time. The Indians are watching for the back official. Once he raises that hand, that's when they start getting under center and getting ready to take the snap.
Yeah. And,
there the hand goes up now. And they're going to hand it off this time over the left side into the end zone, untouched Johnson.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson, they ran it to the left side that time, Gary, and no York there. He's able to walk in.
Yeah, he didn't even get touched. He didn't want him to have to wash his jersey if that's all he got hit on. So he goes in the end zone, and now it's a 26-7 lead for the Indians. And I'm assuming they'll probably go for 2. They've went for the extra point early, and it looked awful. So they've been going for 2 ever since.
Yeah, they have, and they've got their offense on the field here to go for 2.
Looking for point conversion. They'll take it and roll it out. Here's the quarterback. He's looking to throw. Now he's getting a rush, but I'm not still looking. He throws it in the middle, and that one's going to be caught. Did he get in? No, he did not.
No,
He's at the 1-yard line. Good job by the Dragons to keep it out. But the Indians score again. They take a 26 on the Dragons as we are here in the 3rd quarter with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left to go. It is the Indians on top 26-7.
Crisp air, cool breeze, fall leaves, all the things autumn brings. It also brings Carrier's Fall Cool Catch Rebate Promotion. Now until December 15th, take advantage of discounts on select energy-efficient heating and air conditioning units. With financing options to fit any budget, you'll be ready to jump into fall and tackle any weather that comes your way. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Condition Heating and Cooling for your free estimate today.
Conditioned heating and cooling.
Well, Gary, the
let me argue. They mixed him with a bunch of 3, 4, and 5-yard runs, Gary, and they eventually get to the end zone for the touchdown. It's the 2-point conversion. 26-7, Sequatchie County in the lead.
And Gary, you might see that those missed extra points may come back to bite them, but it's going to be a tough road for the Dragons to make that happen.
It is, and York got to get something going right now.
The kick's going to be a short one, and it's going to take a big hop and gets away from the up man. Now it's going to be picked up, and that's going nowhere. And Toman dropped it, Gary.
Yeah, he did, and York got on it. Actually, Alex Crownover actually fell on it, but Toman dropped the ball. He had trouble picking it up, and then Hay knocked out of his hand.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons. 23-yard line, trailing now by 19 here in the 3rd quarter as we midway through. I think we're about midway through the 3rd quarter. I said it's hard to tell.
5:39. We're a little past halfway.
We have to lean out the window to see the scoreboard. Well, it takes a little time to give you the time. And now it's going to be Barger this time. That's Durham back in the shotgun.
Durham from the shotgun.
Takes the snap. Durham going to keep it himself. Goes over the left side. We've already got a flag, and that's going to be flag. That's going to be a hold.
That shot block again.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be that one actually again.
One's going to back the Dragons up even further. And Gary York, between the penalties and miscues tonight, really just not been able to get anything offensively going since that drive. They took the lead at 7-6.
So they have a lot of penalties, and the last two drives started with a penalty that has put them long. And here we go again. It's going to be at least 1st and 20 here.
Yeah, 1st and 20 exactly. So they need to get 31. They're on the 11. Durham back in the shotgun. Snap to Durham. He'll throw it out quickly to the man over the left side. He's got some running room. Brings it up the left side.
That's actually Barger on the catch.
So Barger goes over and makes the catch over there on the left side and gets some good yardage back. Yeah. But it's still going to be second. They got about 6 on the carry.
Actually got it out to the 19-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 12. So, it's about 7 yards down. A good job by Barger. Pass from Durham.
Durham will come up again. Now Barger going to split out to the right side. Back in the shotgun goes Durham. Durham, a big rush. He gets it out quickly to Barger again. Barger going to bring it up. Barger gets up to about the 28-yard line. So Gary Barger showing he's a good receiver.
Yeah, he's got good speed. So he can catch the ball and turn upfield quickly, and that kind of works for York. A gain of about 7 on that one.
So, but it's still going to be 3rd and 6 for the Dragons. They still got a long way to go to get that first down. York needs a first down here, keep this drive alive. As Gary, where are we at on the clock?
Actually, we're down to 49 in the 3rd quarter, and a big 3rd down here.
3rd and about 6 for the Dragons. They'll hand it off this time. Oh, left side's Gibson, and Gibson gets down to 30. He's going to get the first down. Now got late flag. I believe we may have got a spearing on that one, Gary. Looked like the guy from Sequatchie County came late there, number 15.
Yeah, he hit him late. Hit him while he's on the ground. That should be a personal foul. Move it up 15 yards. Yeah, it'll move it to the 45 and give York a first down from there.
So York keeps the drive alive. That was on number 15, Billy Holland. Holland he took a shot after the player was down. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 Dragons from their own 45-yard line.
A lot of penalties here.
Yeah, this game
seems like they're being yelled on the field since the 2nd quarter. It hasn't slowed down here in the 2nd half.
These referees are going to need Tommy John's surgery as much as they've thrown tonight. Snap's going to be back quickly over. This time it goes to West. West going to be hit on West. Going to be
yeah, that's going to be so as a late play, personal foul. That's just not smart football, Gary. You got to play smarter than that. Not sure, York's starting to back up. I didn't think this one.
Personal foul on York.
So get 15 back. So it's going to be depending on fouls after the play or not. It'll be 2nd down, about 27.
Yeah, they're going to make it 2nd down. So it is 2nd down. Loss of down. Handy yardage. That's throwing salt in the open. Now York has got it 2nd and 27.
Actually, 2nd down 28.
Snap back to Durham, and Durham's going to keep it. Durham goes down right there.
That play's slow developing. It's a lot different than Barger trying to run that football, Gary, and just know where to go there, and it's going to be 3rd and 28.
So the Dragons now need a lot of yardage back in this one. York trailing 27. Okay, how much time left?
2:20.
2:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Next week, Livingston Academy comes to town. That's going to be a very tough ball game. The fellow out there got a man out there, but it's almost picked off as Holland come up, almost intercepted that one. West wanted the penalty, but no call. And Gary, it looked like Holland just almost was headed for pay dirt on that one.
Really, Johan done a good job to break that up because he had his eye on it and had intercepted and was going the other way. And Johan actually broke that up and kept him from intercepting it.
And you're glad to punt it away as it'll be Gibson right at the 15-yard line to punt it away. Snap. He gets it off. Now up to the 50. And 12, brought down to the 49 of York. And that is return by Knight.
Good job by York. Good pursuit on that punt return. Isaiah Dalton, number 42, is the first guy down there, but a good job covering.
And the Indians, Gary.
Yeah, they're going to start from the York 48-yard line time, about a 7-yard return on that punt. That was a low-line drive punt. It was a returnable punt. York did a good job.
The Indians have started most of their drives inside York's territory as they start this one at the 48-yard line. McCray got a man in motion. We got a flag on that one, and that one's going to come back as Vera Cruz gets up there, and we're going to have a false start by the
I believe this is a
legal
shift.
shift.
Yeah, this one's going to be a shift since they didn't blow it dead. But they did have actually probably had 3 guys moving at the snap that time.
Actually, on the number 3 of the far wing over there, he actually moved forward, then moved back, and made everybody take off. And so the Indians are going to back up, and that'll give York a big break on that one because Cruz had got another first down on that one. So Vera Cruz almost had another first to be 1st and 15 and in their territory at the 47-yard line. Got man in motion. Off rolling as the quarterback. He'll keep it this side up over the York image.
5 on that. A little bit of a read option play. The left wing with him that time and could have handed it to him. Instead, kept it, used him as a blocker, turned it around the corner. 5.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Headed toward the end of the third quarter. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Indians. Got one in motion. Now they'll hand it out this time through your right. And that's going to be about a 4-yard gain.
That was Jagger Edwards on the carry. First time he's had tonight.
Yeah, it had some moves, much like Jagger, I guess. Right?
I
had to do it.
Yards out of it. Stop.
Can't allow to keep this clock running close to the end of the third quarter.
The last play of the third quarter, I believe, Gary.
So the Indians marching again. They had most of this quarter as well. 3rd and long. They'll give it off this time to Johnson. Johnson's got some blockers out in front of him. He's going to get the first down as he gets all the way to the 26-yard line. And the Indians have it in. Is that going to be the last play of the quarter?
Yeah, I believe once they start the clock, this will end the quarter.
So we're through 3 of them. End of 3. It is Sequatchie County 26, York.
Between hay rides and pumpkin patches, the family get-togethers, and the exciting football games, who doesn't love fall? With Twin Lakes Internet, search for the perfect hiking spot. A new recipe, customs for the kids. Feed fast. Now connect as many devices as you'd like and stream your favorite team's games without buffer screen. When you need the fastest internet with or visit us online at www.twinlake.net. We'll help you find the speed that works best for you. Restrictions apply. Gig speeds not available in all areas.
Frame of this one, and York has got a long way to go and a short time to get there.
Yeah, they do. And, more importantly, Sequatchie County got the ball here, first down at the 22-yard line, and trying to knock on the door in. York had a 37, 15-yard, and Sequatchie County has controlled this game on the ground.
So it'll be the first and the Indians and this one from twice as many for Sequatchie County as York.
Yeah, he's 235 yards for Sequatchie too. Only 24 carries for 90 yards for York. So, York got to do something to try to stop the running game here.
And Gary, only 274 yards for the Indians total offense, but with the short field, that makes it 26. They'll hand off up the middle, going straight ahead is Meeks, and he's going to get back to the 23.
Actually, he will get, it started, I said 22, it started at 27. He got about 4 down to the 23-yard line.
So the Indians moving again, Gary, and the Dragons, looking at this right now, they're looking at falling to 2-6 on the season, and more importantly, 1-3 in district play.
Yeah, it makes games ever so much important. And that'll be Meeks area there. Meeks down all to about the third line.
And he carried a couple Dragons with him on that one.
Yeah, let you get a drink there, get the throat clear.
I got a frog in my throat or something.
But yeah, he carried that, just a fullback hitter, and there's a flag on the field, and we'll see what that one is. The referee making the signal, it's holding against Sequatchie County, so that will come back after that big run by Meeks.
So that gives the Dragons a little bit of break there. They marching them backwards, but still, the Indians are taking time off the clock, and that's really what they want more than anything.
Yeah, that'll move it back to about the 28-yard line, and it's second down. They have to get to about the 16, I think, maybe about the 16-yard line. So it'll be second and 13 for Sequatchie County.
So up will come the Indians, and they'll hand it off. No, it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. He mounts outside. Got blockers in front of him. He's headed down all the way to the 6-yard line, Gary, before he's ran out of bounds. And once again, Gary, York whiffed on a couple of tackles.
They did, and the thing I've noticed about Sequatchie County is they're putting their hand on the pad of the blocker. They're following the blocker to get the block, and they're getting extra yardage out of it because of that, Gary. They're being patient and running to.
First and goal on this one now as the Indians have it at the 6-yard line. And they're trying to solve this one now. They lead it 26-7. Got a man in motion. He'll go up the middle, though, to Meeks. I don't think he got in, Gary. He got stopped right at the line.
Actually, that was another fullback in the game, I think. Maybe it was Meeks on the carry there, but only got about a yard out of it.
And he comes up limping as well.
They had an extra fullback in the game there, Gary, and tried to run him behind that. I thought he had actually given it to him to begin with, but it was Meeks on the carry and maybe got a yard.
Yeah, so it's going to be second and goal from the 6, and now they got a man in motion. They'll give it to Meeks again, and he is hit right the line of scrimmage. Gary dives forward for about a yard, but good D by the Dragons.
Yeah, another yard moves it down to the 5. It'll make it third and goal from there. Another good job. A couple of those guys in there. It was looked like it was Edward Stockton and Evan Tompkins in there to get him first to hold him up.
And now he's going to limp off the field. Meeks is going to go out of the game. And Gary, this is where they like to give it to Johnson over that left side.
Yeah.
They gave it to him a couple of times tonight on that over the left side, and I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go back to the well one more time.
Yeah, they got him at the right flank. They got Vera Cruz on the left side, and have brought a new fullback into the game, and we've got a timeout there.
I know York actually jumped off sides, Gary. York's going.
Yeah.
They're going to give him half the distance to the goal on that one.
Move it down to about the 2.5, and it'll be 3rd and goal from there.
So now that gives the Indians a couple of freebies, and they're just sitting there waiting to punch this one in and try to take even a bigger lead. They lead it now by 19. And you're just another night. York just had trouble getting anything going with all the penalties and all the problems they had offensively. They just really struggled, and now they give it to Johnson on the left side. And gee, I wouldn't have counted on that one, would you?
The only out there was Jonah West, and there were 3 purposes to knock him completely out of the play. And I mean, he wouldn't. There wasn't nobody near him as he went skipping into the end zone
And that
for
is
the Sequatchie touchdown.
How many touchdowns does that give him on the night?
That's the second of the night, actually. You know, only a second, I say. But it feels like he has more. They have spread the ball around, though.
They run that little play off either side and scored on almost every time they've scored in close. And now they're going to go for 2 again. And it will be under center.
Look for the same play.
No, they're going to roll. They're going to throw one this time, and it's called there by number 3.
That's Johnson.
Johnson, and Gary got right in front of him. York had a defender right in front of him. He just went up over and got it.
Yeah, threw it a little high, and he jumped up and got it. The York defender couldn't get up after it.
With 8:58 left to go here in the ball game, it's down 34-7, Sequatchie County.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op, quality products from feed, seed, fertilizer, to automotive, to animal health, pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and the gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
I still dream about.
Well, the Indians put points back on the board, Gary, and more points on the board. It's 34-6 or 34-7 now. And Dragons ball back, but for the most part, get out of reach.
Yeah, you know, couple of big touchdowns from Sequatchie here in the second half. York hasn't been able to answer, and short in now and get short.
Now short kick taken in the 30-yard line straight ahead. Return to the good
return. On the return to move it out to the 45-yard line.
Oh, Kirby. Short. Gary, I think Sequatchie can't really not get that hard or that deep. They're being that up and just being uncovered.
Yeah, they have. And, you know, another short kickoff, but a good return for York. They're going to get field position here, 45-yard line.
Thing with it, they'll come up now trailing 34-6. But
we've got our third quarterback to be out to handle snaps for the Dragons on this drive.
That comes in, and we got a timeout call. Your timeout on the field. It is the Sequatchie County Indians 34, York 7.
Comes to watching sport. Oh! The game, you know exactly.
What the? Oh, fantastic.
Your favorite team? Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts. Oh, wait at thehut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charge is not a driver tip.
Well, the Dragons come up now with the 1st and 10. Had to take a timeout, Gary.
Only had 10 guys on the field, Gary, so they took the timeout. Probably had some kind of play on too, because Strong's out. Barter's back in at quarterback.
So it's going to be snapped, and they're going to hand it off on the left side, and that'll get about a yard.
Yeah, I believe it was Tom West on the carry there. I'm not sure. Yeah, it was Johan, and he did get about a yard out of it. Probably should have lost a couple.
We had the field out there, and looking over through there, and
he's getting up. It's actually
it's going to be Zach Holder.
Yeah, it's Zach Holdren who's down, trying to get up there. They're making him sit there a second to check him out.
So Zach, while they check on Zach, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central. Get a free quote, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. And Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Raines agents with Robbins manager will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located at West Central Avenue, with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainesboro.
Holden's walk off on his own power, Gary. You're limping a little bit, so we hope Zach's okay, because York really can't afford many injuries this season.
No, they can, and it looks like he'll be all right. They're getting over here. It looks like it's a calf or a hamstring.
This time they're going to hand it off to Gibson on the right side. Gibson's got some running room. Gibson's up into the Indians' territory to the 35-yard line before he's knocked off. And, Gary, that is probably the best run of the night for the Dragons.
Yeah, good run off the right side. Will Helbig out there did a good job of sealing the corner, allowed him to hit the corner, and a couple of down gets about 22 yards out of that one, and a first down for the Dragons.
So York with the first down. It's 34-7, though. York now time really the biggest enemy they have.
Down to 8 minutes, Gary.
So they'll hand it off this time to Gibson over the right side. Again, Gibson pushes forward, and Gibson's going to get up to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, a gain of about 5, so it'll be, that's a good gain on first down for York. It'll be 2nd and 5.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and 5 from the 30. And it'll be 2nd and 5 now. Barger pitch this one out to Gibson. Pitch it behind him. Gibson on it, so that's going to lose about 7.
That's Johan West, and he should have caught the pitch, didn't do it, and instead it loses about, like you said, about 8 yards. So it moved back to the 38-yard line. And you got a pitch, and you can't worry about running or the defender. You got to catch it first, and hadn't done that tonight at times. And there was a great example of York not catching, losing, making it a negative yardage play.
And that's the second time now West has put it on the ground. The first one they lost. And it's going to be handed off to Gibson right side. Gibson's looking for some run room. And it's going to end up at about the 32-yard.
Yeah, good run off that right side, about 6 yards, and it's 4th down and about 8. So it's going to be for York here. They're going to have to go for it.
So it will be line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're coming up here 4th down.
But he dropped. And I don't know if that's a fumble or an incomplete pass. They're going to mark it as a fumble.
Yeah, he played a football move, I believe, Gary. So he, made a football move, and he actually just dropped the ball out of his hands and tried to get on it, but was beat to it by a Sequatchie County Indian, and and they're going to take over right at about the 20-yard line. Would have been enough for the first down, but he fumbles it away. Another turnover for the Dragons, and York that's Jagger Edwards running it off the right side. Got about 10 yards and a first down, Gary.
Well, Gary, sorry about that. I had to change the batteries in our wireless unit for our camera over there, so hopefully now it's better. As another turnover, it's been one of those nights for York. If it's not a turnover, it's a penalty.
It is, and that ball just dropped. He made a football move and dropped it.
Now hand off to number 8, a new player in the game, and that is
Austin Moffitt. He's a new, like you said, new guy's first carry tonight, and got about 8 yards on that one, Gary.
And he's about maybe 5 foot tall and $150.
Yeah, they kids, but their size runs out pretty quick, much like I guess York's really.
So now they'll come back up, and it's going to be a handoff this time over the right side, and that's going to be a spin and drop for about a yard gain as the Indians start to get some of their younger kids in there. That's number 33 on the carry.
That's Jagger Edwards. A good play by York. Looked like it was Buck, Coldren in there, a couple others on that tackle.
So now it is going to be
it's 33 from the 7. So, got them in third down here. See if you.
So here come the Indians. They'll take the snap, hand it off up the middle. They're going to get the down over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. We've got a new quarterback, I believe, for the Indians as well, don't we, Gary?
Yeah, I think we do. We missed that
That's
one.
Billy Holland coming in at number 15. Billy Holland, quarterback now. And that's another first down. The Indians, Gary, just run the clock now, milking it down. How much time we have left over there?
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout, York, with 3:53 to go in the game.
3:53 to go in the game, and it's Sequatchie County 34, York 7.
Enrollment starts October 15th and runs through December 7th. Hall Family Pharmacy would like to remind you that everyone should get their plans reviewed this year, and using an independent pharmacy like Hall Family Pharmacy can help you get a cheaper plan, so you will be saving money and shopping local. With Hall Family Pharmacy, you can lower your copays, speak directly to a pharmacist, and choose the best coverage for you. Make an appointment today, or walk-ins are welcome Monday through Saturday. Call Hall Family Pharmacy for more details at 879-9997.
And don't forget Hall's new winter hours, Monday through Friday, 8 till 7, Saturday, 8 till 4.
Well, Gary, the Indians getting another first down. They're just run that clock off, and not much, as you said, left to go.
No, down 3:53 here, and they've got their backups in the game. They've got some good backup running backs, Gary. They ran it hard.
Now they're going to hand it over to the right side. Got a man out in front of him. He's going to bang ahead for about, looks like about 5 yards, close.
Yeah, that's
46.
Jagger. That's Jagger Edwards again on the carry. He probably got about 4 out of that one, Gary, so it'll be 2nd and 6.
See one of York's players come up a little bit gimpy. That's Austin Cooper was limping a little bit as he got up. So York doesn't need any more injuries. This game pretty much out of reach. They're going to have to regroup and get ready because they got a very good Livingston team coming in Friday.
Yeah, they do. They don't get any easier.
And now up will come Holland. He'll hand it off this time right side. And that one's going to be swarmed under quickly. Good job there by the Dragons, number 35 on the stop. That's Kirby.
Kirby and Connor Warden there as well, Gary. A couple of freshmen making that tackle, and making it third down.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 5, or about 3rd and 6, I guess, for the Indians to get the first down. You're trying to get a stop here, but more importantly, the clock just running now, Gary. It's going to be probably, where are we at the clock on now?
We're down to 2.5 minutes.
So we're going to, by the time we get this one off and get this play over, it's going to be under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. And now the running back slipped, and coming in and leveling the quarterback was number 46 for the Dragons. That was Caden Buck. And Gary, Caden Buck, after the running back slipped and fell down, quarterback had nowhere to go with that one.
No, he didn't. And the quarterback's actually 16, not 15. That's
16.
Peyton Campbell in the game at quarterback. And, yeah, he turned to look at the back who's laying on the ground over here. And about that time, Caden swarmed him up.
So now it's going to be 4th down for the Indians, and punting will be Meeks back there. Meeks back deep. Gets the snap, gets the punt off. It's a high one, but a short one. And York waving for the fair catch, and it's dropped by Wyatt Hawks, but he was able to get it back. And, Gary, almost another turnover by the Dragons.
Yeah, signal for a fair catch, and come up in there to catch it and bounced off his arms again forward. Fortunate to fall on it. Took a pretty good hit from a Sequatchie County player there, but York will take over at the 33-yard line.
And, Gary, the clock winding down now. We should be close to about a minute to go in this one, right?
1:40 to go as York takes over here.
So about 2 or 3 more plays in this ball game's history, and the Dragons are going to fall to 2 and 5, or 2 and 6 on the season, I should say, with 2 games left to play. And the Indians are going to improve to 5 and 3 and 2 and 1 in district or region play. Snap, they'll hand it off. This time, Barr going to throw one out there, and that one's going to be incomplete as that one comes short.
Tolman on the route maybe had a little space over there against the sideline, had the defender inside him, but the throw way short of him.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Dragons. Does stop the clock, however. And quite honestly, might as well, at this point for York, let it run, because all you were doing is risking getting kids hurt at this point.
Timeout, York.
And now York's going to call a timeout. Timeout. York trails it 34-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
If you're from the South, people make assumptions like that you wake up at dawn to blast country music in your pickup truck. En route to McDonald's for delicious buttermilk crispy chicken. Well, that last one's true. Embrace the Southern stereotype and wake up with new buttermilk crispy chicken McGriddles. Warm griddle cakes with the sweet taste of maple and all white meat chicken for only $3. Or get a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit for $3. Only at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Well, the Dragons now have it 2nd and 10 at their own 32-yard line. 90 seconds left to go in this one. They'll take the handoff to 35 Kirby, and Kirby going to bang ahead to the 40. And Gary, with Cooper getting thrown out tonight, we may see a lot of Kirby the next 2 games.
Yeah, he a good strong run there, got about 8 yards. I noticed Edward Stockton, number 62, come up holding his shoulder. That's, York don't need another injury right now. You want to get out of here unscathed at this point.
I might even take a knee and just get it over with, Gary, at this point. Try to keep from getting anybody hurt. They're going to hand up again to Kirby. Kirby breaks a tackle. He's up over midfield all the way down to the 45-yard line. Good hard running by Eli.
Yeah, great run by Eli. 15 yards on that one, Gary. And just, they've got their reserves in the game too, but good to see some good blocking and a back hit the hole, while the block's being executed, and got about 15 yards out of it. A great run by Eli.
So the Dragons down to, this may be the last play of the game, Gary. I'm not sure. As they'll hand it off this time up the middle, and Kirby again for about 3.
Yeah, good run by Kirby, and by the time they mark this one, I think that'll probably be the last play of the game unless they hurry to get one off here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to rush to the line, try to get one more play off. York got it 2nd and 8. And it will be last play of the game. They're going to have fake the handoff, and keeping it is Barger. And Barger going to get upended at the 34-yard line, and that's going to be your ball game. The York Dragons come up short. Long trip to Sequatchie County to come up dry. They lose here tonight by a final of 34-7. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with the Progressive postgame show in a moment.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Crisp air, cool breeze, fall leaves. All the things autumn brings. It also brings Carrier's Fall Cool Cash Rebate Promotion. Now until December 15th. Take advantage of discounts on select energy-efficient heating and air conditioning units. With financing options to fit any budget, you'll be ready to jump into fall and tackle any weather that comes your way. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Condition Heating and Cooling for your free estimate today.
Conditioned heating and cooling.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435, a proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Twin Lakes is building a fiber broadband network that gives you the connection you need to experience the gig difference. You deserve without buffering. Stay connected or run a business with speed and reliability. With Twin Lakes Fiber Broadband, you'll have access to speeds up to 1 gig. That's 1,000 megabits per second. With fiber, you'll also have reliable voice solutions, robust TV services, and security and smart control systems for your home or business. Work fast. Play hard with fiber from Twin Lakes. Learn more by visiting us online at www.twinlakes.net. Some restrictions apply. Speeds not available in all areas.
Managing your medications has never been easier. With Meta-Through Pharmacy's MedPack, your medications come organized by date and time, securely sealed in individual, easy open packages. So when it's time to take your next dose, you just tear the package off the roll and your pills are there. That's all there is to it. No bottles, no bother. For more information, call us at 879-8133.
And back here where the Dragons come up short here tonight by a final of 34-0. And Gary, just one of those situations where the Dragons never could get really anything going offensively.
No, they couldn't, Gary. You know, did have that one good drive, got the touchdown, but, you know, just really couldn't get them stopped on defense all night long, Gary. And they methodically just drove it down the field time after time, and you know, they come away victorious 34-7 tonight.
So York comes up on the short end of the score here tonight, but the Dragons got to bounce back and try to get some big wins down the stretch here. Welcome to the Progressive postgame show. The Dragons lose here tonight. We're going to take a timeout, and then we'll be back to take a look at some stats from this one. Don't know if we'll get any of the coaching staff up here tonight, but if not, we will talk to them first of the week. But first, let's take a timeout now from Progressive Savings Bank.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Hello, this is Philip Hall with Hall Family.
And back here, Gary, you're on the Progressive Postgame Show. Take a look at the stats from this one.
Well, obviously, Gary, the big thing is York ends up on the short end of the scoreboard, 34-7. For York, they had 9 first downs, 6 of those rushing, 3 by penalty. 33 carries, 143 yards. That's 4. Actually, run for the 1 touchdown. Passing, they were 5 of 12 for 34 yards. For Sequatchie County, they had 18 first downs, 16 rushing, 1 by passing, 1 by penalty. 50 carries, 293 yards. That's only 5.9 yards a carry. It felt like maybe a little more than that. Passing, they were 2 of 5 through the air, 39 yards and the 1 touchdown. Total yards, York only 177 total yards, Sequatchie 332. Probably, a couple of other stats. Penalties, York 8 for 83 yards, Sequatchie County 10 for 95. There were 18 called penalties tonight. In time of possession, New York lost that as well, 26-47 to 21-13. Individually, for the Dragons, they were led in rushing by Dalton Barger, 10 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Zach Gibson, 6 for 35. Ben Cooper, 7 for 29. Eli Kirby, 3 for 24. Evan Tompkins, 2 for 7. Jonah Durham, 1 for nothing. And Johan West, 4 for -9.
And Gary, the turnovers and stuff, another big thing for for York tonight. They really struggled with that turnovers and those penalties. Let's take another break, and then we'll be back, and you can take a look at some defensive stats for us.
Okay.
It's football time on the mountain. At Progressive Savings Bank, we know running your small business is a lot like coaching a team. You call the plays that drive your business towards success, and we're your #1 fan. After all, you provide the products, the services, and jobs that keep our local economy moving forward. We partner with small businesses to help you reach your financial goals with free business checking and flexible financing to help operate and grow your business with the right financial equipment to keep you in the game. This is Mark Justice wishing our York Dragons a successful football season. We are proud once again to sponsor Dragon First Downs. Progressive Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Give us some quick defensive stats. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, for York,
Hello, this is
Zach Gibson with 13 total tackles, had 1 sack, and obviously the tackle for a loss also with that. Evan Tompkins, 10 tackles, Johan West, 9, Ben Cooper, 8. White Hawks, Thaddeus Tolan, 7 apiece. Sequatchie County led in tackles by Logan Johnson. He had 8 tackles on the night. York they were beating all phases of the game tonight, Gary. Just really couldn't sustain a whole lot offensively.
So the Dragons come up short. They fall by a final of 34-7. York falls to 2-6 on the season now. 1-2 in the district. Gary, they got a big game with Livingston. No love lost between those two teams, but Livingston coming in one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, they'll come into the Dragon Pit next week, and it's a rivalry game, like you said. So it'll be a rivalry type contest. But York needs a good, solid week of practice to get some things going, Gary.
Well, let's take one final break because it's time now for the Halls Family Pharmacy Player of the Game. We'll see who we come up with right after this.
Hello, this is Philip Hall with Hall Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors. We are proud to sponsor this broadcast Player of the Game. Be a part of the winning team. Halls is proud to be this area's #1 pharmacy, and now you may visit our expansion in downtown Jamestown for all things sports and outdoors and a complete line of sports medicine equipment.
Well, Gary, give us our Halls Family Pharmacy Player of the Game.
Well, I think we'll probably look at going with Zach Gibson tonight. Zach, 6 carries, 35 yards, had a long rush rate, but 19. But defensively, Townley's filled a gap at outside linebacker there. 7 solo tackles, 6 assists, 13 total, and had a sack on the night as well. So Zach Gibson will be our player of the game.
And it's good to see Barger back on the field tonight. He came back. Gary played pretty well at that quarterback position. York just couldn't get anything going offensively, and that's really put them in a hole. They've got Livingston next week, and if they want to make the playoffs, that makes that Canyon County game the game of the year for them.
Well, it's a game they have to win now, Gary. If you're going to make the playoffs, that pretty much is going to be a play-in game. Canyon County game looks more and more like it. I think they may have another region game to go, but they, it's that York Canyon County game's going to be for the 4th spot in the district or in the region. Looks like.
Yeah, well, see, Canyon County was at Smith County, and I don't know how they done there, but that one will be a crucial game coming up in 2 weeks. Next week, we got Livingston Academy coming to the pit. It's the annual rivalry game. We're going to wrap it up from here tonight. Thanks for everybody for joining us. Thanks to Gary for helping me out here. Also, thanks to Kevin on camera one. We'll be replaying this Sunday at 2 p.m. on CPTV. Until then, for 15104 Sports, I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game.